got it.
I,
Old for got it.
no, sucker. That was not the
I
case.
know what it is. You ain't
No,
gotta dodge. You ain't
sucker.
gotta dip, dodge, and duck. I get it.
Sucker, no. See, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on,
Them Oklahoma folks don't know how to use electronics.
ladies and gentlemen, this man right here is hold on, let me see, make sure that I got that on.
These Oklahoma folks don't know what to do.
Okay, all right, that might be sounding dope.
That's why all the telemarketing is done in the Midwest, because we need to be able to help y'all course correct in good English.
Hold on, just because you went to Boston doesn't mean that you don't stay in the Midwest.
I know. I said that's why all the see, it's a literacy thing, right? So I said that's why all the telemarketing is done in the Midwest, so we can help y'all simple folk understand how to do things in good, clear English.
Okay. So anyway, I
Midwest, baby, Midwest.
Oh my God.
Midwest.
Anyway, with this trash, that's like, sorry that we were late. I was here, ready to go. This man.
Hey, Meg was lying.
This man, no, hell no. This man
had
went
camera
to PAX.
issues.
No, much has been working. My brother man, he been gone for what, about a week? And his PC ain't been working. That PC said, shit, I thought it was over.
Oh, you lying.
The PC was like, bro, I'm done. I thought we were done forever.
My PC's been doing nothing but Halo all week since I've been gone because of my wife.
Man, your wife cooked the PC, man. We was sitting here waiting. We was trying to be on time. We can never be on time with Ham Solo, but it's okay. It's all right. It used to be me back in the day.
Stop the hate. Stop the hate.
And big shout out to our man, Mr. MJ Dark. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's over here. He's just for him. I wanted to make sure that he was good and relaxed. So I wanted to show this Horizon Forbidden West gameplay yet again, because I was showing it on GRG. He said he had a great night's sleep, and so let me go ahead and post this man's filth right here, where he just sit here just lowering his greatness. Where is it at? Oh yeah.
Oh, everybody loves some digital NyQuil.
Oh my God. He said, I had a good night's sleep. Please now. No, he says now more forbidden sleep. Yes, man. We giving you more. Listen, look at this beautiful PC gameplay, man. This game is so beautiful. I like Horizons. I just do. I think they're really enjoyable games. They're let me put it like this. They're relaxing for me. Like, doing the stealth, you can get, it's not all, it doesn't get very intense very much unless you play on the harder difficulty. But yeah, no, if you just
it's like rain. It's like listening to rain.
He said it's a calm app.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of things where you just kind of fall back and let the world around you take you. Stop it. And yes,
let
it happen.
My bad,
you don't have to do much. You just have to let it happen.
Yeah. Anyway, this game is dope, but I have other gameplay as well. So it will. If this soothes you, it's fine. Hopefully, you'll just be in a calm state listening to us today, and just let the Horizon Forbidden West just take you to the next level of relaxation, if that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Euphoric.
It is. It's very euphoric. When it first booted it up, I was like, "Oh my God, this thing is gorgeous, man!"
You almost forget that you're alive.
And Dark are awful, man. Y'all guys are awful, man. This game is not that bad, but anyway. So Ham, you went to PAX. You know what I'm saying? Let us know how your first experience. You get to meet gamers and stuff like that. I've talked about it numerous times when I went to E3. But I mean, was it kind of the same type of experience, like just kind of being outside and just not dealing with the crazy stuff on social media? And did you meet really cool people? Just give us an idea of what your experiences was, man.
Yeah, I've met a lot of really cool people. I actually got to see some stuff that I can't or I don't know the length of what I can talk about with it, with Dune Awakening, that new survival game that's going to be coming out. That looks really ambitious and dope. That game looks wild. I ended up meeting a bunch of dope people within that circle over there at Funcom. And then I also got to meet some really other dope individuals that had some indie games coming out. I specifically, like, I don't know where I put the water bottle. My daughter might have took it because she's, oh yeah. So I got this water bottle for Big Boy Boxing. It's
Mm.
like a game that's going to be very similar to like Punch Out, but a little bit extra goofy.
Oh.
And there's pretty cool power move within the game that
Mm.
you get to use. But like I got to talk to a lot of tiny, like smaller publishers and developers and stuff like that, and I thought that was really cool because I definitely got to check out some genres that I'm usually not super into.
Mhm.
So I thought that was pretty dope and interesting as well. Like there was some turn-based stuff that I was into. There was one game called Enter the Chronosphere that was, I mean, you could call it turn-based if you want, but it more or less runs like a super hot, where anytime you're moving, everybody else is moving, and then when you stop, everybody else stops, kind of thing.
Mhm.
So it definitely had it definitely had its own level of charm and its own just kind of ease and fun way of entry. I also ran into a wild game that was like Doom and Vampire Survivor
Oh, wow.
like put together.
Mm.
And I thought that it was extremely satisfying, nuts. They had up to 10,000 enemies on the screen at once.
Wow, that's crazy.
And
Did it have that
they
did
were
it have that
saying
same
depending
graphic
on
style as,
what.
Vampire Survivor? Did it have that same graphic style?
No, it had more of a kind of Doom
Oh, okay.
graphic style. Um, a little pixelated, but like not too much.
Okay.
Right? It definitely had some smoothness to it. It's Unreal Engine 5 game. And it's made by a small team, but they want to be able to push your PC or whatever you have to the limit. So they made it accessible to like graphics cards all the way down to 2050s. But they said if you have like a 4090, they'll allow you to spawn in even more enemies and whatnot. So
Oh, that's cool.
like
Yeah.
pretty much just to benchmark your own PC with that game and just see how nuts it gets. And it's really fun. Like the loop is like very roguelike. So like, you
Mm.
know, after so many coins or something gets collected, then you get a choice between which type of weapons you get. You have the weapon that you use, but then there's auto weapons that just kind of shoot automatically for you. But yeah, I mean, I thought that game was real hot. There's also a tower defense game that I didn't think I was into tower defense at all, but it was like a really nice entry into it for a person that's as much of a novice as I am. So like I just got to see stuff and see developers really try to push their product,
Yeah.
push the peak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was amazing not only being able to sit there and play the game, but to actually sit back, record, and by the end of the recording, they want my information, I want their information, and then they're following me on YouTube and Twitter and stuff like that, and like I'm really getting to know actual developers, right? And like it's just like a crazy experience. And then on top of that, the fandom part of it. It was really cool seeing the developers and stuff like that be the same type of. I was telling you before the show, they're the same people I am. They're a fan at the end of the day, right?
Right.
So watching them go take pictures, like watching people that you're like, oh man, like that's really cool that they make a game and then watch them be geeked out to go take a picture with another developer that
This
they've
guy's
never met
getting it. Yeah.
before, that
Mhm.
they don't know, and they're just like they look as goofy as I do taking a picture with them, right? Like, oh, can I get a photo, please? Right? So so it's cool seeing that. Also, just like just the genuine talks, I guys having with people. I walked into one person and we were talking about Tekken for like 15 or 20 minutes,
Let's
and
go.
he played on he played on PlayStation, and I told him I played on Xbox, and his best friend that was right next to him was on PC, and we're all talking about how we're fighting each other, and he's all giving
See,
me tips on how to do stuff, and it's just like that camaraderie to where nobody gave a shit what platform it
that's
was on.
beautiful.
We were just talking about the game, how it went, what you need to do to be good about it, and it didn't. We weren't talking about dual senses. We weren't talking about Xbox Elite twos or nothing like that. We're just like, yo, in Tekken, you got to be patient, yo. Like, and he was like, my boy's king. But if you want to go into this mode in Tekken where it'll show you how to escape all these different things and it will put you in certain tutorials, he was telling me stuff that you kind of alluded to me about,
Mhm.
but he went a little bit deeper into it because I was telling him how I was having a certain problem with somebody. He's like, you can replay that match,
Mhm.
and the game will allow you to just over and over and over try to counter that situation, just so if you know how somebody likes to play, you can catch them slipping the next time, right? So I was just like, that's that just kind of stuff was really cool to me. Nobody gave a shit about anything, whether it was PC, PlayStation, Xbox, mobile, nothing. We were just kind of like, if you were hanging around that booth, that's what you were talking about.
That's right. Yep. Yep. No, that it's a beautiful thing, man. Like that's what I said. When I came back in 2018, I I was changed. I realized how small, even though it's it's I say it would be a couple of million people that really go hard in the paint on social media for their brand of choice, but overall, how small, because especially when I was at E3, and I'm sure the same thing at PAX, it was international. Like there's all these different people from all over the world, and you
Yeah.
just and you just
The
there
Doom
to just
people
talk
were
about the
from
game.
overseas.
Yeah, yeah, but I was just talking about also the people that came to just see the games themselves, like us,
Yeah.
like the fans, and I'm looking and I'm talking with people from Finland, and then we're just chatting it up about this, and then like I told this story, really briefly, like it was. I was in the Sea of Thieves line, and there was these PlayStation guys that was right behind me. They had the PlayStation gear, there was these PlayStation medallions or whatever, and I wasn't saying anything. I was talking to somebody that was in front of me, and then they were like, "Oh man, you really hyped for you played the alpha for Sea of Thieves?" I said, "Yeah, I played the alpha for Sea of Thieves. It was really cool." Whatever we started talking about, and then they were talking about how excited they were for Sea of Thieves, but then they were also talking about how excited they were for Death Stranding because Death Stranding didn't come out yet; it was just being presented, and then like and that's what we were just talking about, just games and just the love of it, and none of this fanboy internet shit mattered whatsoever, like you said, man. And then when you talk to the devs and you see how most of them are just human and they're just trying to solicit their product because they want to get into the game, they want to have that next big hit, and see how vulnerable some of them are, and how, what I'm saying,
Some of
how
them were
nice.
very timid, man.
Yeah, see, yeah, like it's nuts, man. It's really nuts, and that's why I came back and I had a different thought process about how I should approach my content. By understanding. Listen, I'm an Xbox guy, and I feel like PlayStation doesn't do enough for their fan base. But when it comes to the developers or what they do, you kind of don't see me just like saying that they're lazy or they don't do this or they don't do that, because they do, and they do listen, and they got feelings, and they're working their ass off. And regardless, we don't know the ins and outs to everything, but you understand the human element of it. And then they like to party too. So did you get to party any? Did you get to hit any spots, any bars, anything like that?
So that was interesting.
Oh,
So
let's go, let's go.
I didn't end up partying with any developers or anything like
Okay,
that. I did
okay.
like meet a bunch of different people like in person. I'd met Snowbike Mike, Miles Dompierre, seen him in person. I seen obviously all the Iron Lords, and you know, Bloody Nugs, Lemon, all them. I got to see Level One Gaming as
Oh yeah, I
well,
seen
the
them up there.
crew out there. So shout out to Baron and Fame. Got to see the both of them out there doing their thing. Geek Life Mike was out there doing his thing.
Mm.
Um, yeah, there is a bunch of people out there. As for going out, like the last night that I stayed there, I ended up going out with Lemon, King, Bloody, um, Clowns, and there's a, and like a few others, like Akumu was out there too.
Mm.
Back from the Dead was was outside with us as well.
Mm.
And we went to a bar. Just so happened, King got invited to that bar by Jay Barry and Persona. So I
Oh, yeah.
seen them at the bar,
Uh,
and any bullshit that we had, we set that aside,
right.
and we ended up having a good time.
Yeah.
Jay Barry actually bought me a drink,
Yeah. See?
and
See?
we just talked about how cool it was that we're actually seeing each other in person,
Yeah.
and you know how it's all about gaming at the end of the day. You know that type. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I know how it
So
goes. I know how it goes. I know how it
it
goes. Yeah,
it it, it,
all that
it
tough
was
talk and all that
it.
little crazy shit. Yeah, it all gets
Stop
squashed
it.
out there. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Let it go.
it was
Let it go.
it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, good deal. Good deal. That and especially, I mean, you know, we're all adults in this situation. On top of that, you know, majority of the people that Yo was hanging around with, you know, black men, you don't want to come out and go to these type of establishments and try to give you know, a sense of that this is how people, you know, that there's got to be violence or there's got to be some kind of fuckery going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we're all adults and we're
Yeah,
here
ain't
as,
nobody got to fraud the
yeah,
church.
nobody's got to fraud the public. Let's just do what we do. So, you know, and that's why when I see these people that get all tough and all that, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Let's see when we see each other outside, and then, like you said, we'll be drinking together and having a good time. You know what I'm saying? We chopping it up. It is a great
Yeah,
thing.
I
But
had a
I'm
good
glad you had a good
time
time. I'm glad you had a
with
good
them
time.
all, and I actually seen
Good
them the
deal.
next day at PAX too, so it was good. Passing by saying what's up to them, seeing all the people. Like I said, it was an experience that was extremely necessary, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat. All
That's
of it.
great. Great.
But I'd be prepared. I'd be better prepared
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
man, I'm telling you, like man, holding that camera and trying to hold the mic and go back and forth, and the camera,
Tough.
after like a couple minutes, my arm just ain't
Mm-mm.
working like it's supposed to be working no more.
Camera
So
on my shoulder.
yeah,
The
I'm
camera's
bringing the
on my shoulder.
tripod next
Yeah, yeah.
time.
The camera's on my shoulder, and we talking. I'm gonna be looking out. Yeah, my GoPro right there, and we talking. We gonna sit there and talk just like that, man. But good shit. There's a super chat. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Sir X Man. He says, let me go ahead and hit this right fast. He said, real gamers care about the games, not console wars. Absolutely. That is a fact. Richili said, did anyone purchase any souvenirs? Did you get any souvenirs?
I mean, I got a few things like swag worthy, like just from like what they gave me. I had this other game that's gonna be coming out called I'm trying to remember all this stuff off the top of my head because I've seen a lot of different stuff. It was Ragdoll. Hold on, I have it right here. It's called Fun with Ragdolls because I seen this game as I was walking by, and I was like, this is a simple looking game that I would be comfortable with my daughter playing because I'm not just shopping for me when I'm out for
Mm-hmm.
those places, right?
Right, right.
I'm looking at this stuff as like, what's really dope to me, but at the same time, what could I get my daughter into? What would my wife like? What could I holla at, people on my channel about and tell them about? This is a game right here. If you're if you got kids that play games, I'd highly recommend looking into in the near future. Fun with Ragdolls. It's just a goofy little game. There ain't no creepy people playing with you on the internet and stuff like that. It's a very straightforward, pretty cool, safe story for kids to listen to. A little bit of attitude within the game, but not too much to, swerve people's perceptions of like it being okay or inappropriate or anything like that. It's just like competitive talk and stuff like that within it. And there is a story mode within it. So it's mostly a puzzle game too, so it'll keep them busy for a long time, which is good.
Leave them out your hair, yeah.
Right. So I thought that was really cool. They gave me like an action figurine of their person.
Mhm.
I need to glue a couple pieces back together because like in the travel it broke.
Oh, man.
And also, yeah, long story. But
Oh, okay.
anyways, I met with the developer of that game, the like main developer of that game and whatnot, and all those people were really cool. And yeah, it was. I don't even remember what I was talking about anymore. It was just
Just a
like
great time.
it was all just such a blur, man. It was
Right.
so much fun though.
Yeah.
It was wild. I could
Well,
just sit here
I
and talk
plan.
about it for like
Oh
a long
yeah.
time.
Oh yeah. No, I plan on getting back and going to it because my wife asked me. She was like, because when I was telling you and then Lemon and was all out there and I was showing the picture and stuff, and she's like, "You could have went." I said, "Man, no, not," because I'm still trying to get myself back to getting to do this stuff right. And I'm like, next year I'll be looking to get back out there. I mean, because I am bummed that E3 is gone, but but PAX looks like will be the place to go. I do want to go to a Comic Con, so I mean, I definitely want to do that. So that's going to be on the bucket
We
list. And then,
should try to hit up Clowns and go to MegaCon out in Florida in Orlando. Or
okay,
yeah, I believe it's in Orlando.
okay, that's stomping ground. I got family out there, of course. You know what I'm saying? I
Me
got
too.
my
I got
family.
family out there as well that I
I
could
got
even
I
just
got
stay with.
my
So
other family Yobi out there, so you know what I'm saying. So yeah, we get to meet my boy Yobi. So yeah, no, we could talk about it. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
And plus Clowns Carlo, he lives in Tampa. So
yeah.
that's
That's
only
where
an
my
hour and a
cousin
half
stays.
away
Yeah, he stays in
from
Tampa. Yeah.
Florida from Orlando. So
Mhm. Okay.
yeah, I got
We'll talk
family
about
in
it.
Tampa and in Orlando.
Oh, nice.
And
Okay.
I'm pretty and I'm very cool with that side of my
Oh
family.
yeah, yeah. Me and my
I
little
used to go
cousin
out there
is
every summer.
good. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'd be good. I can get to see family, and I've never been to Florida, so you know what I'm saying. It would be
Really?
no, I've never been to Florida. No, even when I was
Man,
trucking, that I
iDrive is
just
wild.
yeah,
iDrive is like Hollywood Boulevard.
damn, yeah. So no,
It's always popping.
there was like 6 states that I when I was trucking for that year and a half, almost 2 years, I just didn't get because I had to circle back. I did all the West Coast. Now I've been all through there, but there was some places on the East Coast that I just didn't touch. But yeah, but anyway, um, let me go ahead and read this super chat. There was somebody else that said, "Oh yeah, back from the dead. He's in here, man. Appreciate you coming through." He said, "Ham, there was this one bar in the middle of nowhere we met up at." So I don't know if you knew what bar that was.
Um, I think he's talking about that same
That
bar
same
that we
place.
all
Okay.
walked to.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So y'all talking about nowhere. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch out for the Iron Lords, man. You know, I didn't know if they had a compound or anything like that. You got to watch them, man. They'll take you to some places, bro. They'll take you to some places. But anyway, let me go ahead and read the super chat. We'll get into the topics here. Matter of fact, this is a good segue to it. He said, under the assumption that the Xbox handheld would be a bigger, better Nintendo Switch, I'd pay $500. Now, I did ask this question to the chat, and I know there's sometimes these questions I don't ever reply even at the end of the show. So I'm going to do it now. And yeah, I was country on the what, but anyway, what are you willing to pay for the Xbox handheld? Which this rumor is now no longer a rumor. This is something that like we've talked about on GRG. I know you guys was talking about it. It was when I was on the council corner last night. It was a lot of detail. Paris came in on the show, kind of alluded to like, you know what, yeah, there's some rumblings going on that there's really that Xbox is going to do a handheld. So, the thing that I was saying, what are you willing to pay? And is it 300, 400, 500 or more? And shout out to Doc. You know what I'm saying? I that was my first time ever doing any podcast with him. He's a fun dude. You know what I'm saying? He's like the Xbox version of Porter Rock. To me. It's funny, but anyway, but Ham, your thoughts about this handheld? Are you excited about it? Like Hargeet made this point saying that he feels that it would make sense for them to bring out the handheld as soon as possible. I think differently. I think that it would be best for them to bring the handheld when they bring the new console because I want it to be a hybrid, kind of like what the Switch is, where it's dockable. Where are you at it? Where are you at on this? And the pricing. What is the right pricing you think for something like that? Well, for the
I
handheld by
think the
itself.
pricing, I feel like the pricing on it's more or less a variable of what's available to be able to play and how you're going to be able to play said thing as well. Because you got to remember, um, Xbox, your own games on your Xbox isn't the same as your own games on your PC,
Mhm.
right? So if you pull up the PC launcher, right, I can't play every game I have on my console on my PC, and I can't play in same the other way around, right? So um, it really just kind of depends on how they're going to be running that. If they're going to be running it strictly just like all of your console games, then I think it will hit. I think it'll hit kind of interesting, but I feel like then it's leaving out the demographic of PC players a little bit. So I feel like in a way, as they put this thing together, they need to figure out how they're gonna combine the people that are on Xbox and people are on PC at the same time, so they can make sure that they're getting all the content that they own, right?
Mhm.
Also, so let's just say that you get all your content, right?
Yeah.
PC and Xbox, whatever. Um, you get everything that you own flat out. Um, I would pay upwards of like, depending on what's all available on it. So so you got to remember the Steam Deck comes with a lot of different options on it. They have their own OS. They also have, where you could go um into like a desktop mode onto it. They also have the functionality of being able to have, an SD card that can provide you something like Windows or something on it. So the versatility of something like a Steam Deck right now is around $400, $500.
So,
Okay, so I'm looking at that, and then I'm also looking at stuff like ROG Ally, so I can play um any game that's pretty much available on a PC launcher as long as it's within the spec range. I'm kind of thinking, and with that being $700, I feel like that's clearly too much for an Xbox handheld.
yeah.
Um, I'd say something around anywhere between 350 to $500 would make sense, and I think they may even benefit from having like multiple versions of it, like a pro version and a just like your everyday gamer just want my access kind of thing.
Okay. So,
So it just kind of depends on what's all available for it. Maybe they have a $650 version that has like all the bells and whistles and stuff on it. But
uh,
as for when do they need to come out with
right.
this?
Yeah. That was my next question.
Um, I would say it would be fine if they came out with this soon. I'd also say it'd be fine if they came out with this later. I would personally like it probably. Um, I'd probably want it sooner than later. And here's why. I want it sooner than later just so they can be ahead of it. They're not trying to like figure out two things at once or drop two brand new things at once. I'd like them to come out or show off or have this taken care of a year prior to whatever, at least a year prior to the new consoles or whatnot, just so that they can implement this. I feel like on top of it easier,
Hmm.
if
Okay.
that makes any sense
No,
at
it,
all.
it makes sense. And so, like, I feel if and see that's where to me is like, yeah, if you did come out with the with it earlier, it would it would be a benefit I could see for just for the for just for having that right now. But it was just like what I was saying last night. I think it cannibalizes. And I know that it's a different entity than the S, but it's kind of cannibalizes the rest of the hardware that Xbox has. Kind of like what you're kind of seeing with PlayStation throwing all of this hardware. You know, it seems like the Pro is the real deal. It gets slated to come out at the end of the year, and then it's gonna and if there's new consoles, it's going to be coming in around another 3 years. Um, then the people that buy the Pro, they're most likely going to wait to buy a PlayStation 6. Now, I know the same isn't going to be said for like for a new Xbox, but if you have this handheld and people love this handheld, then you're going to have another problem with where people will be comfortable with their Series X and their S, and then they'll wait on the price to lower for the new Xbox. So that's why I think that it would be better for them to include it with the new Xbox, because I do think that the new Xbox is going to come in the next 2 years. I think it's coming in 2026. That's just my opinion. I don't have no inside track to it or whatever, no knowledge of it. I just think that they're going to come ahead before PlayStation, and I think that if you're going to do some really crazy innovation, then do that. Bring that out, and then be smart and not have it to be together. Have it to where people have the option to get the handheld if they want it, or the console if they want it, and then also have it as a bundle. Give them that option, and then go from there. But if you got the handheld already out there, there might be people that are like, man, I love this handheld. I don't really want anything else, and so I'm not going to buy the new Xbox. You
I
know,
gotta
and
push back a little bit
that's
on
fine. That's
that.
fine. That's fine. That's fine.
So, like,
But
in
that's the
my
whole point of
opinion,
it.
it's just like if you come out with the handheld first
Mm-hmm.
and then allow that to have its moment of shine, and then you come out and see the way I'm thinking of this is like Game Boy, GameCube. Which one was out first? Game
Game
Boy
Boy.
was out first,
Yeah.
obviously,
Right. Yeah.
by a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
Game Boy was out first. So then when they introduced the GameCube, they were able to say, hey, you can get this connector piece right here and be able to, play your um, Game Boy games on your GameCube and whatnot. And they did similar things with the PSP, but I feel like it was kind of weird how they came out with the PSP because it was like almost a late like a late in-game attachment piece that you can put onto it that didn't really like. I feel like if the like or PS Vita came out like a little bit prior before it, and then they said, hey, since you have that PSP now, be more than willing to plug it on into this PS3 or PS4 and do or have or play on it however you wish to do with that stuff. I just thought I just think personally just to be a little bit more interesting and also kind of already give it its due respect to kind of stand and shine alone without another here's this and it's just like that's a lot to kind of throw at me all at once. Instead I'm getting this, and then later on another year or so down the line then I get another option to be able to purchase that is a console that in which this thing can communicate with well better than a Series X or S could. This actually maybe has some sort of app functionality between the two where they communicate. That that to me would be a little bit more intriguing and easier for me to see myself being able to purchase one thing and then another thing without them being so close in proximity of like here, we're dropping both of these now. And it's like, damn, like I'm now spending like anywhere between $700 to $900.
Well, I don't,
Like
but see, now I don't think it would be that much. I think it would probably, well, it might be
for
seven.
for them both together,
Yeah, I think about seven. Yeah, I see seven. I think
that's cheap.
with console gamers, $600 is that threshold. You might, if there's some really good innovation, if consumers feel that there's more bang for their buck, then I think that they will go to $700. And I'm talking about console gamers. I'm talking about PC gamers, but I'm talking about even the enthusiasts like us, like who will spend the money. But if it's like, so I would think a $600-700 is the range. You can't go no higher than that. You just can't. I just don't see the console market. Even me, if as much as I would be like, all right, cool, I'm new, all this tech, I'm with it, let's go. And you say $800, that's gonna make me whoa, 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 whoa. That's going. I mean, I most likely will eventually succumb to the throat needle. But when you say $800, when you say 700, you got me looking a little like, damn,
Well, if
bro.
the handheld's 400K, maybe
Right,
wouldn't you
right.
expect the console to be like 5 or 6? And that's
I,
1,000.
but that's what I'm saying. Xbox is going to have to take a loss. Either way, even if they got to take a loss. If they, because the console market is just different, because you're trying to get the casual market on top of the hardcore. And so if they, unless Xbox is just kind of forgetting about the casual market altogether and just want the hardcore, which is around uh I would say, what, 60 million Xbox gamers out there, 60 to 65 at max. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what the numbers will be for the Series X and the Series S over time. But we'll just say 60 million hardcore. So if they just saying, okay, we'll just be cool with that, then yeah, I guess they would be cool with just selling the console for $800. But that's still, I just don't, I think that they still, by wanting to put consoles on the market, they still would want to generate buzz from the casual market as well. So they have to be affordable. So I see both sides of it. I just feel that if you put this handheld out here now, you can get ahead of it. I see what you're saying on that, and I seen what Hargeet was saying about it last night. But I just feel like if you come out with these new shiny things together, but you have it as a bundle, or you can have it separate. People can pick and choose what they want right then and there, or they can get the bundle for whatever that it's going to cost, and then it's new shiny things right then to get right then and there. It's all this, but now if you have this handheld right here, and I understand that consumers are not stupid, but it just seems to me like you just kind of cannibalizing the fact of, well, the Series S is kind of like, it's its own thing now. We're out of here. Let's forget about that. I don't know, because that's, to me, that will be the replacement for the Series S. This the handheld
Yeah.
going forward. So that's what I'm saying. Like, let the Series S still do what it's doing. It's still selling. You know what I'm saying? So let this generation in, and then bring in that new replacement going forward with the new console. But I mean, either way, I don't know. Chat, let me know what you think about that. I mean, do you think that they should bring it now? Do you think that they should wait? I think it was just a great just debate about that, and I'm pretty sure they're going through that right now. Yobi in the chat says, I'd pay 500 and up for it. Innovation and all the goodies, and customization allows us to change, upgrade SSDs to 2 terabyte or more without the powerful dock. Right. See, that's cool too. Now there was a discussion that we were having as well about that. I was saying, like, yes, you could still have those S cards like you get on like you use with the Switch, right? But I also said, what would be another smart thing of innovation is when you have it docked, and hopefully that they would have a handheld that would be docked with the Xbox. I hope that they really would consider that. Then
Any of these handhelds today are going to be dockable.
okay,
Like
okay,
it's just,
yeah, it just
I
makes sense.
just feel like that kind of goes without saying. It's just like, I don't know, why would you be able to put anything out there that's undockable when you can dock your phone to anything? You know?
Absolutely. See, that's a great point. That's a great point. And maybe if it's not docked, it could be, but I don't know. Yeah, no, dock, because you don't want any type of lag. Yeah, we're just still
Yeah,
have
you
to
don't
have
want no
whatever. Yeah,
latency, so
yeah, you
you
don't want
want
no latency.
like a a dock that's made for
Right.
said system. You don't want to do anything through no screen mirror
Right. Oh,
or none of
okay.
that stuff.
Um, but another thing that was right is like those the cards that we use for the Series S, the Series X right now, right? And the Series S, right? How about those? When you want to transfer your games and stuff like that, how about you just use those? You also will still have those SD cards, but you can also use those cards that we use for our Series X, and then you just use that on the new console. I think that that would be smart as well for people who just don't, I mean, either way, so you can just, if you want to transfer your games over, if you want to be on the go for doing whatever, you can go ahead and just put that in. That could be really quick, easy, or you could use your SD. Just give more options, and by that time those cards will be much more affordable. They already dropped in price now. Finally, it took forever, but I don't know. I think that that would be a good thing. Another thing I we talked about, which I think that is the most important. It's like what you was bringing up when you was alluding to talking about, well, will we, can we be able to play our games that we have on PC? Can we do that transit? I think, because as much as I've been saying this, I think the end game is for Xbox to try to get Steam or to work with Steam in some way or some capacity. Remember, everything that Xbox, these rumors that we've heard for over the years about the stuff with Sega, like they were trying to get Sega, or they, that they've been working with Steam. This stuff was coming back in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. So there has been some talks, and I think if they can't acquire Steam, that they would work with Steam. And how would you feel about to have Steam games through Xbox? You could pay a subscription. Would you be down for that? And chat, would you be down for that?
Can you repeat like the specific,
Okay, so like you could
like,
play. So like you pay. Would you pay a fee if like, to get Steam games on the new Xbox? Because it wouldn't be implemented anytime soon now. But I would say by the time you get to the new Xbox, they could probably have that option to where you can play Steam games on the new Xbox. Would you pay for a subscription for that?
um, would I pay Xbox to get Steam games on Xbox?
Yes,
Why would I do that?
to play it on through your handheld, to play it through your Xbox,
To play it on my hand?
through the
I
Xbox
mean,
hand.
you're
Yeah, you can.
asking the wrong person. I have a Steam Deck.
I know that, but I'm saying like for the people like I would do it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
You
I
have a
don't have a
Steam Deck.
handheld.
Why would you do that?
I don't have a Steam Deck.
I thought you just said that you had a Steam Deck.
No, I never said I had a Steam Deck. I don't have any only
You
handhelds
said
I got
before
is
the show that you had a Steam Deck, and I said you don't know how to use it.
no. Oh, I'm sorry, Stream Deck.
Stream Deck, you bastard! This man don't know how to say words.
I don't. I know I got Stream Deck because I've been had the Stream Deck forever. But when I had that crazy situation happen where all my stuff got erased, I had some weird blip on my PC when I got some weird update. I
I
got
was
that
gonna
new,
say
yeah,
I never remember. I knew you had a Stream Deck,
Stream Deck. I'm
which
sorry. Yeah,
I really
I know what you're talking
honestly
about.
hate that those two things are so close in proximity and name
Yes.
wise.
Yeah, I
But
do.
I already knew you had a Stream Deck. I thought you said you had a Steam Deck, and that's why I was so surprised. I was like, "Whoa!"
Oh
That's why I was
no,
surprised when you
no.
said that.
I don't
I
have
was
any
like, "Yo,
handhelds except for the
that's why I said,
Switch.
when did you get that?"
Well, I got a Game Boy Color, but it's in a box in my closet.
Stop
So
it!
yeah, yeah.
Stop it!
I'm
It's
not.
not even
I'm
close. You
an old
might.
school guy. I don't. I like
I know
screens.
you
So I
got a
like to see
Switch
things.
too, but why didn't you
Yeah,
bring that up? This man said, "I got a Game Boy Color."
I did. I just said I had a Switch. But anyway. So I mean,
Anyways,
but yeah,
this
no.
man, I don't know
So
what you're
okay,
talking about anymore.
so you wouldn't be interested in doing that. I would like if they would.
Well,
Um,
that's because you don't have a Steam Deck.
yeah, yeah.
So of course you'd be interested in that, but like to me, I'm just not sure if that's. I mean, that's cool and all, but like kind of a shoulder shrug, I guess.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mr. Uppity. I'm sorry because I don't
I'm
have
not
the
sure how much
handheld.
Steam would want that to happen either. That's kind of weird. I mean,
That would be
sure they'd get like I guess since they're getting cut of the pie, they might, but like
huh. That's more
I don't
access to
know.
their app. I mean, they're already working with Microsoft as it is. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, what people keep forgetting is people keep thinking Steam is its own entity. People think that Epic is, they're all apps under Microsoft. Microsoft is what's making them things run. So of course, like Microsoft still gets a cut from certain sales that they get. Like Microsoft just works with Epic and Steam and GOG and stuff like that. But the things, you know what I'm saying, like, and I know that the Steam Deck is Linux and stuff like that, but it's more the thing to me is where I see that it's a marriage made in heaven for not, because Steam is finally getting into the
Look at K
place.
Mega having the time of his life riding that snake.
Oh my God. I'm glad you're looking at that. Look, boy. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, man. That snake, boy. She had some big old things, did she? That big old thing. I said, what the hell is going on here, man? Anyway. But no, this man with this Dragon Dogma, man. We'll talk about Dragon Dogma here because I know you've heard about the controversy, or maybe not, but we'll talk about that here after we get done with this.
No, I haven't. But go ahead and finish what you were saying because it's interesting.
Yeah, no, I just think that it would be beneficial for both, because you would finally have Steam on the console, because they was trying to get into the console market themselves. This is the perfect way for them to do it, and they can make money off of it. Plus, Microsoft can go can be what they've always wanted to be, is the all in-game hubbing system, to where you can have access to all of your games, to where you don't have to worry about separating and stuff like that. And as long as Xbox can have more negotiations, which they said, Sarah Bond did say that they were looking and trying to bring more games to play anywhere, that just kind of encompass what they're trying to do overall. In my opinion, I think it would be smart, but you know, I you know what I'm saying, I give for people who already got a Steam Deck and stuff like that. But I just think that even sometimes you guys want to just play on your televisions or on your monitors. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you could still just go in there, tap into the Steam app on your Xbox, you're winning. You're winning.
I don't know, man. Like when I'm playing on my Xbox or my Xbox platform,
Mm-hmm.
like I want to get Xbox achievements.
Okay.
Like I'm not an achievement chaser,
Uh-huh.
but I do like hearing the the diamond sound and all that and all that stuff more than I like hearing the doo 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 from Steam or anything like that.
That's true.
Oh yeah, you see what Crispy said. I see that.
Yeah, I see that. I'm gonna post that.
You
Nasty
reading
stuff.
things.
Well, yeah. Pause. Let me get Joy. Mr. Dark sit there and said, "Hey, do you think they? Do you think we will see both companies selling consoles at a cost versus at a loss? But in return, they give you more and try their best to give you better specs." I say PlayStation, no. Nintendo, they don't care about specs, because they've already proved it. They're going to most likely outsell the PlayStation 2 by having a 720p you know what I'm saying, old tech hybrid console, and their gamers just buy their supporters just buy their games at incredible numbers. So Xbox, I think, will still try to play that game with it, but I mean, at this point, do we really care? Because this game right here, it's 30 frames per second on consoles, and ain't nobody bitching about 60 frames per second or death. So I think
I'm sure there's people complaining, but no one's listening.
Well, nobody's. Hell, the people that were doing the most complaining, they're over here posting the game instead of, they might nag a little bit, but they still bought the game, they still supported it. So that, to me, I think the spec situation, I think Microsoft will try to do it one more time with this, but if it doesn't bring results, I think that they're just going to be like, fuck it, just like everybody else. And PlayStation is going to do what PlayStation is not going to take anything at a major loss. They'll probably take a little hit, but nah, they're going to hit you over the head, because their name is still powerful within gaming. And Nintendo is just going to do what Nintendo does. They don't care about the power narrative. As long as their games look better than what their last generations did, their fan base is going to buy it. So no, I don't know. What do you think, Ham?
Um, what are you asking in particular? Like the power?
Well, just read what Joanna Dark posted. Like here, he said, "Do you think that we see both companies selling consoles at a cost versus at a loss? But in return, they give you more and try their best to give you better
I
specs."
think it'll be closer to at a cost. It's still gonna be at a loss. I think it's gonna be closer than maybe it was before, just to really get a good, ear to the ground and on who really wants this stuff anymore, right?
Right.
I feel like towards like in the time that we're in right now, where we're really starting to get closer to PC, closer to PC, closer to PC. Every connection piece that you have on your PC, right?
Yeah.
Um, I mean, outside of the like expandable storage that Xbox went with that everybody complained about. Everybody's like, Xbox has their own proprietary storage. That's stupid. They should have just did the PC thing." Well, you're begging for PC at that point then. You know
That is
what
true.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because the whole point of the PlayStation 2 and, consoles like that was proprietary to be, you know, different than, a PC or something like that, right? They didn't want you just sticking a PC part into into a into your PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. They wanted you to stick in a piece that said PlayStation on it, right? And it looked super duper simple, and anybody, including their grandma, could just shove that, you know, PlayStation memory stick into the front of the console, right? So the further that we get, the more we're starting to see this stuff be just, you know, comparable to PC. So I I see these companies trying to, really test their fan bases and see how willing are you guys going to be to buy this stuff, because we can turn into a software based company like that. They're just like, test us, dare us. We will turn into a software company in the snap of a finger,
Yep.
and you guys will have to play it a different way, and we'll save mega millions. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I think it's going to be closer to costs than ever before, just for the fact that they know that they're producing games for PC. They could just tell you to go there and kick rocks.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Now there's one thing though, because it was somebody that posted this. It was really interesting. And you've kind of alluded to it with your daughter as well, not because of so much about the PC, but it was more of like, just the handhelds and stuff like that. There was somebody that posted about these young kids. His nephew or something like that was like, "Oh man, you playing on PC? That's for old people. And consoles, I don't really care about consoles. I just want to play on my tablet or my phone." So while these consoles gets closer and closer to these, to PC, pretty much they're already like our PC mini PCs anyway. But I don't know, man. Like, will there ever be a time where the PC is looked at as the old people's gaming platform? You know what I'm saying? And then just handhelds and phones is just the norm, because they're already becoming that already. Like, I mean, my wife, like I said, she don't even game like that, but she's always on her phone. My mother-in-law, she's always on her tablet or on her phone playing some kind of game. It's not Resident
Um,
Evil or nothing, but it's Candy Crush or some shit like that.
I don't think it'll be a PC issue as much as it will be just a casual console kind of issue. That's old people that's looked at as old people kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like these manufacturers dash platforms like Sony or Xbox that also deal with things in a software in a software, in a software space that they'll lean more on their name brand while teaming more with your Nvidias, AMDs, Intel to have a Xbox PC brought to you by Intel. PlayStation PC brought to you by Nvidia or something like that. You know what I mean? Where they can just like literally attach their name, almost like, almost like when you go to a Laker game and you see Wish on the jersey.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like where it's like they're invested in it. They pay for them to do what they do, but really they do something else. So Xbox is putting their name on the Laker jersey. Lakers are going out and playing the ball, but Xbox is making the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Right. Yeah. No.
So
It's
like I just see these people kind of teaming up more than ever. Maybe you start to see, like, in my opinion, I just think it's like a love match waiting to happen. Is like, and maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm in a different freaking multiverse or something, but I just see like a love match waiting to happen being Apple and Sony. Like, what are you guys doing?
yeah.
Like, you guys are both crazy expensive. You guys both ask a lot of your customers, and your customers have no problem bending the knee to you. So it's just like you guys market fairly similar. You promote premium, even if sometimes it's not completely. You do have premium products.
Right.
I'm not discounting that at all. I'm just saying not every single thing that is said is premium is premium.
Right. Right.
But
Yeah.
I can say majority of what you're getting when you buy it, you know why you bought it, because it's going to work the way you want it to work. Right? So, um and I think that they're both, you know, really good at what they do. So, I think that's like a love match waiting to happen, and I could see them, especially with mobile becoming such a, thing. Somebody's somebody, whether it's Google or, Sony or whatever, like somebody's going to make a partnership that changes this entire industry
Yeah.
in gaming. Somebody's going to make that partnership. I'm just wondering who it is. And I'm not talking about no publisher to platform partnership or purchase. I'm talking about like a, something wild. Like, Disney now, or like Disney now is,
They own Sony.
owning.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
just something like crazy like that. Something where it's just like these two businesses would have never been thought to been
Oh,
together
well, yeah,
in the
they bought
90s.
Sony Pictures or some shit like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. No, I got
Something
you.
just absolutely wild. So like an Intel, or like buying up something, or I don't know. It's just gonna be something weird is gonna happen to make us kind of be like, oh, this type of way of gaming is done.
Well, it's already gone that way, in my opinion. But it's
I
already.
mean, yeah, it has. I mean, the forecast is out there, right?
Right. Right. Yeah.
But the storm hasn't quite hit yet, and I'm just waiting for that one last forecast where it's like, man, we're like feeling the, like, the rain's hitting right now. but the hurricane hasn't hit yet. Like I'm waiting to hear that. Oh shit, there's an F5. There it is. It's coming. Tornado Alley. Oh shit. You already know
Yeah.
what that's like, Oklahoma boy.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, y'all could y'all. That's why y'all yeah.
Yeah,
We understand.
them Oklahoma folk got some of the worst tornadoes in history.
Yes, sir. We got the worst one in history. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. The finger of God, man. You know what I'm saying. F5. Anyway, I think that they even elevated it to an F6 because it was over 316 miles per hour, and it was almost like 5 miles long, 5 miles wide. That man, May 3rd was a monster. Man, seeing that thing in person, like I mean, of course I was at a distance, but it was, and you could hear it. It was insane. Anyway, um, let me go ahead and read the super chat. He said from Jax82. He says if they do a handheld, do they end support for the Series S or continue supporting for generations? I think the S is cooked. I think the S is done after that. If that's why I'm like, give the S a little bit more time. You know, while there's other people that thinks that, you know, the handheld needs to come now, but I think that there's no question that the S will be out of there. What you think? You agree? I think you agree with me when I brought that up earlier.
I think the S is a this generation in the past only.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think they're looking to push that much forward just because of all the stuff that they had to deal with that game and the performance and yada yada yada. I think
Right.
I mean as much as people are saying, you know, the S outsold the X or whatnot, I think I mean every company's plan is to make the most money that they possibly can.
Mhm.
And if their most you know, profitable thing is also giving people the most issues, that's not a good combination. So you're gonna have to figure out, how do I make this premium enough to where the developers don't have to worry so much when they go to make this thing, but also make it financially make sense for our customer. And that's gonna be interesting. And that's kind of why I want them to drop the handheld first, just to kind of get that out there and then implement the console. And that's, I only say that if they're planning on like having some sort of like attachment with the two. If they're planning on just like, yo, this is just Xbox handheld, and it doesn't matter if you have this it's just literally a switch pretty much, right? It's a console of its own. Then it's just like, all right, well then yeah, you could have just came out with that and a new console at the same time. But if it's something that can be very buddy buddy with the console, then I think it'd be more beneficial to come out with it just to let it be on the market for a little while and then say, hey, pick up its best friend right over here in a little bit.
Yeah.
It's on its way to the terminal. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Yeah. No, you're
It,
absolutely right.
like I said, at the end of the day, it really depends on the functionality of this handheld and what it all can do. I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it because my whole reason of buying a Steam Deck was an Xbox handheld. So if Xbox themselves come out with a handheld and it works really well, does it have to run games better than the like GPD for the win or something like that? Maybe not like the future ones, but if it ran as good as something like GPD for the win today runs, that'd be fine. Does it have to continuously 2.0, 3.0 its way through? No,
Right.
doesn't need to do that. It needs to be like the Switch in that sense, where it's like, this is what it is for years. And then maybe we put a new screen on it or something.
Right. Right. I I don't know that. I'm just going to move on in there because listen. Yeah. There's no reason if you're going to have that handheld. There's just really no reason for it. I was trying to find where Crispy was being messy. Chrissy's been being messy, but I was gonna post it where he was talking about I was riding on a snake. Pause. Nasty
Mm,
bastard. But anyway, there ain't no need
got a
for me
good
to post it
time.
now. No, sir. Anyway, uh, where's
Well,
that?
that's why he's a thief. He's
Oh
stealing him a
my
good
god.
time.
Oh no, I was still no good time with that sucker. But let me go here to Sir X Man in the chat. He says no one
Oh, wait, no,
does.
you're not a thief. You're a what are you, a warrior?
Yeah, I'm a warrior. Yeah, yeah. But my pawns are all ladies, of course, and I have a
Mine too, of course. You know,
really
I got
okay. Yeah.
thick. Man, my main pond that I've made,
Mhm.
man, Lord have mercy, she thick.
Oh, I got a thick one. I got a thick one. So when I make another character, when I go my second playthrough, she's waiting in the back. She thick, you know what I'm saying? She thick, little light skinned girl. You know what I'm saying? Got like little freckles and you know what I'm saying, got hazel eyes. Oh yeah, she waiting. But I made this. I got an arrow. But yeah, no, I got a. But yeah, no, all my pawns are gonna be ladies. I don't want no stinking ass man on my team. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nah, bruh. What you want? You know what I'm saying? I'm coming in here hot, boy. Anyway, Sex Man in chat says, no one does 60 frames per second for their games like EA Facts. Now, we've had this discussion, and I said that EA deserves a lot of slander. But what a lot of people did, and I've seen that there was Vincent Vega. He's been in denial for everything. He was saying that like Microsoft don't get a cut. Like, how do Steam work without Microsoft? It doesn't. But anyway, regardless, keep thinking that Steam just generates their own money and Microsoft puts them. Steam is on their app, and Microsoft just let them do what they want to do. That's, gotta understand business, brother. They may give them a cut, but they may give them a better deal, but they get money from them. Don't get that. Don't ever make that mistake of thinking it doesn't. They don't. Um, but also, Vincent is over here telling Sir X Man like EA and listen, EA is bad. Like EA is do a lot of dumb shit. But the majority, but they know how to develop games, and even for the people that they've lost over the years, they still are pumping out games that looks and plays incredible, like Immortals of Avium. That game is incredible. I understand it. Star Wars, the Jedi, the what is it, Survivor? It still has its issues on PC, but it runs well from my
The
understanding on
developers
console.
for Immortals of Avium aren't owned by EA though.
I get that, but EA purchased that game though. So like you know what I'm saying? So as long as they sit there and they have it, they still it's still under the EA wheelhouse, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, if it wasn't for EA's money, the game would have never came out. So and then just think about the game. I don't know. Did you see the trailer yet to 1943? The Rise of Hydra. It was the Captain America Black Panther game. Ham, did you
No,
see
I
that?
haven't.
Man, you see that trailer, bro? Man. And then you can go back to games like Anthem. Yeah, I know Anthem had its issues with its DLC. That's what killed the game. Uh, but that game played incredible. You look at Dragon Age Inquisition. You look at this new Dragon Age that's going to come out. You don't think that game is not going to run and play well? I mean, you go back to the Fallen Order. That game ran and played well. So you know what I'm saying? The Need for Speeds play well. Battlefield plays well. They make really
Just
good quality
doesn't roll. They
games.
just don't roll things out well.
Right. They just don't do things well like that. So yeah, you can have your disdain for EA for doing shady business practices or letting people go or not letting
There's a lot of companies that don't roll things out well, and it's just
right.
like they just run out of time, and like,
Yeah.
and you hear, I mean, I even did a few interviews with like when I did a few interviews with developers while I was at PAX, like one of them, although although they plan on delivering a product that's really good, even they themselves never really look at their product as being done
Mhm.
ever. So I mean, whether that's optimization or things that you can do within the game, or assets being fixed and stuff like that. You know, I think sometimes the deadline becomes like less of an issue than it is just making sure everything works, to make sure that you get your hands on it within some sort of a timeline that they said that they were going to give it to you. And sure, that sounds crappy, right?
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's just like they got to pay the bills. You know, at the end of the day, they got to pay the bills. And when you got, I mean, I've had hard times myself,
Right.
you know, where, I'm working my ass off and I'm just like, I had to hit up the landlord. And I mean, this hasn't been for like years, and especially since like college days, right? Where I had to hit up the landlord and be like, hey, I can give you about 75% of my rent right now, but the rest of it's gonna come in about 2 weeks. Sorry, but it just is what it is.
Right.
And they're like, oh, it's gonna be a late fee and stuff like that. In other words, it's gonna be a knock against me, right? But here it is. I've been busting my ass, and I just didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
But I got something to give them to, keep them knowing that I ain't just trying to skip out on you, you know. So like it's a weird situation, but it's not something that's ever gonna go away.
Right. It's not. It's not. It's not.
I
It's
just
not.
watched that 1943 shit. That is nuts looking.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like EA,
That shit
they
looks
made,
clean.
and then Amy Hennig is now with EA now, which I was
Right.
hoping that Xbox could have got a hold of her, but man, yeah, that game gonna be popping. I'm woo. Now, will that game look identical to that? Could, I don't know. I mean, when I seen Immortals of Avium, I was like, there ain't no way that game gonna look like that, and that game looks just like what they advertised. So it is crazy.
See, I look at this
Mhm.
and then I look at something like Suicide Squad. No disrespect to, I know you like that game,
Suicide
K
Squad
Mega,
looks
but to me,
fantastic and plays well.
this is what I want.
Okay.
I want something like this if you're gonna tell that type of story, not so much a game that kind of at the end of the day feels like it's kind of relying on me to keep giving it some money. That's the only that's like I'm not even saying like the loop in the game is bad or anything like that. I'm sure it's fun and a good time and whatnot. But for me, if I'm talking about something that I want to play, I'd rather
Hold up. Hold
play
up. Hold,
this
hold
and
up,
have
Ham.
a
Hold up.
story that's pretty tight.
Ham, hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
What's
Okay.
going on?
Vincent Vega. Let me then get the hell out of the party. Get out. Peace. You come in here and you just start to debate everybody in here and talk about how everybody's wrong. They give their opinion, and then when somebody gives their opinion, then you got to act like a big ass baby and tell how wrong you are. Listen, I would not have sit there and come out and said that Microsoft didn't make money if people didn't tell me of that knows that works in the industry that has told me that that Valve pays something. Now it might not be how I, it might not be a cut, it might be some kind of percentage of something, but they get paid from Valve, they get paid from everybody. If they just don't, Valve don't just come in there and put Steam on the app, and they don't get, and Microsoft gets nothing out of it. I've talked to people in the industry that has told me so. So when you get mad, and I'm like, bro, and I'm gonna be having fun with it. You sit here, you go after Sir X Man, you're going after other people in the chat by saying that they're wrong, and now you're saying I'm out. I heard enough. Cool, peace. And nobody wants that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's all right to debate. It's all right to sit there and have a difference of opinion, but you can't get mad when you aren't getting your way. And I'm one of the most stubborn-headed motherfuckers that you ever want to know. So you ain't gonna get your way with me. So just get out of there. Just be cool. But man, I don't care if you got all that baby shit, man. Get that. That's the reason why we have the situations that we have on the internet and social media like we do today. You get into your feelings too goddamn much. Just relax. Have a good time. We can not get. We can
Yeah, we ain't
disagree.
gotta agree.
We ain't
We ain't
gotta
gotta
agree.
agree.
Me and Ham don't agree. Man, hell, you know how many times I've had debates with all types of other people
We
in
kicked
here?
off the podcast not agreeing. You
Right,
said the shit should come out together, and I said it should come. This should come out one at a
right.
time.
And then we just keep it moving. So I mean, you know what I'm saying, Vega, it's not like Vincent, I ain't got no problem with you, but you can't get mad when somebody doesn't agree with you, and then you're talking about, well, I'm out, as though, well, I don't want to, you ain't telling me what I want to hear, so therefore you're not worthy of listening to. So don't let the doorknob hit you where the dog should have bit you. Get your ass out of here. Okay, sorry, Ham. Continue. Just come on, man. Let's disagree and keep it moving.
And we don't need to be violating each other. Come on.
Bro, I just like, come on, man. Oh shit. Anyway. Okay, you done on that? Let me go ahead and read this super chat from John T. He says, "Do you think Microsoft is considering partnering with Rockstar, or do you think they are personally going to?" There you go, man. Rockstar is not for sale. They're not for sale, man. When GTA 6 drops, man, everything is out the window, man. Rockstar could probably buy somebody. It's over. You know what I'm saying? He said personally going to buy them, but put everything everywhere. No, bruh. Microsoft is not going to buy Rockstar. It ain't happening. Rockstar is too powerful, because once they get done with GTA, I mean, they could bring Red Dead Redemption 3, and that's gonna do gangbusters. They could bring back Bully. They're working on the that's supposed to be coming, I think, this year. The remake to um what is those shooters you just played? You just recently played last year. The Max Payne, the Max Payne remake, the 1 and 2. That's coming. That's gonna, man. They're hitting on all cylinders, man. And GTA 6 is what's gonna catapult them. So no, there's nobody buying them. Do you think that Microsoft's gonna buy Take Two or Rockstar, Ham?
Man, nah. Oh man. Would it? I mean, I think if they did, it would. I mean, that's the same question. Like, I feel like you could have asked me like 2 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
you think Microsoft's gonna buy Activision?
I would have laughed my ass off. Said no.
Right. I would have been like, you out your goddamn mind if you think they can buy Call of Duty. Like, you crazy. But they did it. Like, I'm saying hell no right now because it sounds insane. But like, I'm never gonna say they never would.
I gotta say, man, GTA 6 is too powerful of a game, bro. GTA is just
I
too
just don't
powerful
know.
of a
Like,
game.
you just never know what the forecasting for stuff
You're
looks
right. You were
like.
just
And I
talking about a
get it. Like,
storm. Yeah.
the one thing that the one thing that Take Two has going on for them is that they're strictly software.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're strictly software. So like, they don't really need to be purchased by anybody because people need their software. They don't. I mean, sure, they need people's hardware, right? But it's like they can sit back and watch people bid and bitch and freak out over who gets who gets who gets a taste of a Take Two right now or today or right. So like, if you're in that position, why would you ever want to sell? You got people dying to get just your IP, and you don't want to like give. The only time I'd say like you're trying to sell is if you're like privately owned and you just don't want to deal with it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to retire and you just want to grab all the cash that you can and get out. Right? So, I mean, unless they're in a situation like that, I just don't see them ever selling.
Yeah. No,
I mean, it's just way too much money on the table just being separate and just having nothing to do with it.
right. And listen, they spent what, upwards of over $1 billion on making GTA 6. Like, you know, you can come to Microsoft and say, hey man, look, we're about to make GTA 7. We're gonna need about 3-4 billion. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, nah. It's just Nah, man. Nah, it's just too much. Like I would love it, but again, it's like what Drawn T said. It would be playing. They would put their games on everywhere. So what is the purpose of buying them when you can't have anything be exclusive? You know what I mean? So I mean, this is what we've kind of talked about, and what we will talk about here when we get out of here. Here in a bit, like the morale of Xbox gamers at this point. Like where are we at? So I don't know, man. That I just don't see that. But let me go ahead and go to the other super chat, man. Draw T, boy, you wildin', bro. Uh,
He's
he,
always.
he wants to buy everything. Listen, man, I get it, but man, he says EA never listens to its fans. Titanfall's dead. Command and Conquer's dead. No, Command and Conquer is not dead. They are making a new Command and Conquer. They're supposed to be doing some remasters of the I think the first four, but they are that was confirmed. I seen that last week or the week before last, where they were working on another, where they were in the works of making another Command and Conquer. So so I guess they heard y'all on that. Um, Need for Speed is a joke. Now listen, that last Need for Speed Unbound was hot. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like I was telling Loke, and then Loke fell in love with it. Ham, you played Unbound, didn't you? Need for Speed Unbound, right?
Yeah, I beat it.
Yeah. See, yeah, it was good. I mean, I don't. So say, okay, Anthem is dead. Anthem is not dead. I will stand on that hill and die. Back.
Oh man, that
I
thing
will say
is.
that they will bring it back. Burnout is dead. Burnout is coming back too. Burnout is not dead. I just hope that Burnout Paradise, they don't do an open world Paradise Burnout. That was trash. He
Man,
says,
Need for Speed Unbound. It was a good game, but it
yeah,
felt kind of. It didn't feel as complete as the underground games did back in the day. It didn't
yeah.
feel as like fulfilling as those games kind of did.
I felt that Heat was the overall better racer than Unbound, but I thought Unbound was really cool. Like I liked the little the style that it did. I don't know if you played Heat, which was the Need for Speed before that. I thought Need for Speed was going back in the right direction with Heat, and Unbound is just kind of like they're just doing something different, but it was still
I
was
think
good.
the
Yeah,
story on Unbound just
yeah, yeah.
it was just not good.
I agree.
Like if they had a good story and if they had like DLC pieces to go with like stories and stuff like that, man, if they could have somehow made that game into like an RPG driver game. I mean like not driver, but RPG Need for Speed kind of game where like you befriend some people and hate other people and make rivals and stuff like that in a bigger city or in a multiple city kind of area where they got like I don't know, let's just throw out there like GTA kind of style, but like I don't know, like LA, San Diego, San Francisco,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have like three cities like that. Sure, there's load screens in between, or maybe not. Maybe they go Dragon's Dogma style, no load screens in between nothing. And and if they just made it just more of a choice where and not such a kind of I felt like it was kind of a cheesy today's pop kind of story.
Yeah,
That's kind of what I felt
like
like
Saints Row. Yeah,
when I was there.
like Saints Row.
Yeah, not that bad. Like Saints Row was just treacherous.
Fancy
Like
Rose story is so bad. I hate that because Yobi got that game for me for my birthday, and I bought it again on PC. It runs a hell of a lot better on PC, so I'm gonna give it another go. But and I was
that
just, but
game could
it's
run perfect, and
so
it's just
cringe. That story is
disappointing.
so damn bad. Oh God, it's so
The
bad. I
bad
was like,
story.
oh man, I was trying to play it with Don, and then that shit, it wasn't working right. It kept booting me out, and I'm like, oh my God.
If somebody
Oh
told me that AI made that story, Chat GPT made that story, I'd believe him.
I would believe it too. Yeah, it
I'd
was just
100% believe him because it's
they
just
closed
like
their own shit down because of that.
I
But
don't know. I don't know how many writers they must have had a lot of writers on that game because it just the direction was just like non-existent.
oh man. But let me finish with reading what he said. He said EA my Command and Conquer has turned into a mobile piece of shit. Command and Conquer is coming back, Jaunty. I'm telling you, brother, it is coming back. They're working on it. It is coming. Do not fret. Do not fret. And you know what I'm saying? And listen, let me put this in here. Uh where is he sit there and he said it? Where uh well damn I've seen Crispy, but it's not the stuff that I'm looking for. But anyway, Crispy said to Vincent, "We still love you," which we do. Like, don't study. I'm like, but I'm gonna talk my shit. Don't get it twisted. I'm not afraid to tell you get the hell out of here if you want to go. Ain't nobody forcing you to stay. I ain't here begging for no damn views like that. I don't care. I do this for the love and for the fun. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to be begging. I want to have this. I want to have all these subs, and I'm mad with that. I'm here just to do it. I'm enjoying it. If the channel grows, it grows. If it don't, it don't. I don't need all that. I'm not trying to play politics in this game. I'm doing it for the love of it. Real talk. All right. So let's see. Drawn T again. With he said, I want a new Midnight Club. Yes. Now see, again, another Rockstar game. You give us a Midnight Club. Like, man, no, they're not going to get bought. They're not going to get bought. They I don't know, man. Are they the most powerful studio in gaming right now? Some people was debating Naughty Dog, but I think Naughty
No,
Dog fell off. I think
Naughty
it's
Dog fell
Rockstar.
off.
Yeah, I
I
think it's
never thought
Rockstar.
Naughty Dog was the most powerful. They were just like
The
maybe
most
like the
acclaimed.
most like maybe Naughty Dog. Like I never thought they were the most powerful. They may have been like the most technical
Mm-hmm.
at, for like a time, but I never thought they were like the most powerful by any means at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say like if we're strictly looking at like or and it's also what are you asking, developer or publisher, right? Because those
Mm-hmm.
are two totally different like beasts, right?
Well, I would
If you're
say
asking,
publisher. Yeah, publisher
well, if you're
and
asking
studio
publisher, then
and developer.
you wouldn't
Both.
even be asking about Naughty Dog. You'd be, asking about Sony,
About Sony, right?
right?
Right.
Um,
I don't think Sony.
but
I don't think Sony is at the top spot on that either anymore. Sony's
no,
falling
not
off.
not at all, and
Yeah.
neither is Microsoft.
No. Well, see,
Nope.
Nintendo. I don't
Maybe
know,
with
man.
Call of Duty after
That's what I'm
maybe after the
saying, right?
purchase of ABK, but
Right. Yeah. I
definitely
think that.
not before it.
No, not before it. No, no. But now you got ABK and you also got ZeniMax. Even with ZeniMax, Sony was still better than Microsoft. But now you got ABK, and that's a different animal. So I'm saying, so Nintendo would probably be my number one choice. But I think Microsoft is made a big massive leap with ABK. I don't think people really understand how massive ABK is and what games they got that generates oodles and oodles of money. So I don't know. So do you think it's Nintendo, or do you think it's another kind of like Tencent or something like that?
Ah man. Uh, like right now it's kind of in between Nintendo, Take Two, and EA. Just because they get money yearly.
Yeah.
Like they're like yearly up there on the top. And I should actually throw Activision in there as well. Now but now we're saying Microsoft,
That's
right?
what I was saying. Yeah, yeah. So
So it's like that's top four right there, like kind of without a doubt. It's just they're for sure making like whether they have the best games. That's not the question right now, because I feel like that is kind of, totally an opinion, right? But if we're just talking about strictly people that make noise and make numbers year after year, now it's Microsoft, it's EA, it's Take Two, especially with their 2K games. I mean, obviously, Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto could be a company by itself.
Right.
Yeah, Grand Theft
Right.
Auto could be its own.
It's
It that,
it's
that could be a publisher
it's
by itself.
that massive. Yes.
Um, but yeah, but you could also say the same thing about like the basketball game, right? Or
Yeah. 2K. Yeah.
Madden in the
Yeah.
football game.
Hmm.
Like any
Soccer,
company that has
baseball.
those that has that kind of pull,
Hmm.
where like it's like, yo, this single game right here could be a publisher by themselves. Call of Duty, Battlefield,
I don't know about Battlefield now.
freaking
Battlefield fell off. Like
Battlefield kind
five
of
hurt
fell
them,
lower,
and then
but if
24
but if
Woo.
we're saying Battlefield fell, then we're saying there's a lot of games that can't even reach Battlefield
Well, that is true too.
that
Yeah.
have very, very popular developers behind them.
Yeah. Square Enix is one of them
So
now.
if Battlefield has a fallback, there are hundreds of others that got a fallback as
That
well.
is true. That is true. That is true. That is true. So, all right, let me go. There's more super chats, and then I want to kind of get. It's a little quick question I'll ask you at the end, but I want to get into this morale thing with Xbox, because I don't think you heard about it, but there was another studio that was coming out with a game, and the game is not the game won't be coming to Xbox. It will be coming to Xbox later. It will be going to play PC and PlayStation first, and it caused all types of crazy shit Friday. But anyway, let's go here. Sir X Man, thank you again, brother. He said Need for Speed Underground remaster coming in 2024. Is that official? Because I know that they were working on some kind of remaster, but I couldn't remember what it was. I think you're right. So that'll be good. That'll be real good. That'll be great. That would be great. And then, man, Drawn T, man, really do appreciate it, man. Thank you for the support, man. Drawn T said, Need for Speed Heat was better cops, were hard, perfect. Unbound needs more customization and new cars, more races. Yeah, no, I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. Heat was the overall better game. I think Heat had the better story too. I like the story better in Heat. Like Unbound, even though I haven't beat Unbound yet, but it's turned to a cliche type of story, kind of like a BET film. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I kind of look at Unbound. You know what I'm saying? I just like Unbound's the way that the game feels, it drives. The graphic thing like
It does feel good.
Yeah, I like that. The customization, it could be better, but I just think that the look, the vibe of the game was just a cool thing. Like if they wanted to make it into a series, like that's what I think that EA should do with should get back to what they were doing when they were coming out with Need for Speed, like when they did Need for Speed Shift, Need for Speed Underground, and then they were doing, the other type of Need for Speeds that were more arcadey. That I think that they should do that. Like you could have Unbound 2, you could have a more serious, dedicated type of racer. Well, I should say Hot Pursuit. That's what I meant for the arcade style. Like you just have a dedicated Hot Pursuit. Like I think we lack those type of racers because I would love for somebody to make a Split Second again. That, man, I just don't know. It breaks my heart that game didn't get another opportunity. Damn you, Disney. Or a Blur or something like that. Like that's what we need. We need what Forza's bringing us, what Gran Turismo is bringing us, but Need for Speed needs to bridge that gap and give us that tweener stuff that we're looking for. So
Man, I would make a need. I'd make a Need for Speed and call it Need for Speed Down for Life. and it'd be exactly uh what Forza tried to coin themselves on, and it'd be a car PG,
Mm,
and it'd be of you just making decisions, doing whatever you want to do,
mm.
in a very Need for Speed Underground dash, like an Underground 2 mixed with like Midnight Club's kind of grit,
Yeah.
right? Where it
We
was
need a
like,
midnight club. That's just
and
basically what it is. We need a midnight
and
club.
and 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 I, and I want grit, sure, but I want like I also want kind of the ability to have different type of people. I don't want it just to be like a game where it's just all thugs or all preppies
Right.
or all like I wanted it to be a mixture of like, because like you like if you know people that got cars or whatnot, there are pimping type people,
Mhm,
there are your gangsters, there
mhm.
are your preps,
Yep.
there are your like mafia type
Yeah,
people,
bikers. Yeah, yeah,
there are
yeah.
all different. I mean, there are as many different type of racers are there as there are genres of like gamers and type of it. Just you got your nerds that do everything and think they got everything to the exact, you know to the exact,
Spec of the
like
vehicle. Yeah,
degree for
yeah.
everything and stuff like that. So it's just like, yo, they, in my opinion, they really need to make something that could give people an identity of their own, instead of trying to say, hey, this is the game, and we're assuming that you are like this, that you can get down like that you're into this type of pop culture. Because in my opinion, you put out a Need for Speed and put ASAP Rocky on it, sure, I like him. There's a lot of people that don't know who the fuck he is though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a ton of people that like don't really vibe with that type of genre of music and stuff like that. That's what makes a game like Grand Theft Auto so special, right? Because they have country music stations. They got anything, and you could feel like that type of person
Right.
in that game, even
Right.
though you're doing some crazy debauchery. Like you could still
Wilding.
feel the way that you want to feel,
Mhm.
as, oh man, I'm going from point A to point B, and I'm listening to country everywhere I go. Or maybe I'm a like an NPR person, right? I just
Yeah.
want to listen to the radio and just listen to weird shit that's happening around town. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think that's what's missing in these car games, though. And I think Need for Speed could do that if they brought the formula of what they kind of had, but expanded it to more genres of types of people.
Well, I feel you on that. Like, I think the crew tried to do that, and then like with this new crew, the crew feels more like Horizon, which it's wonderful. I do like what the latest crew game. It's really good. It's much better than two was awful. Um, but I like I said, yeah, we need some of those arcade just fun. You jump in, you just play. Like I said, the hot pursuits, the blurs, the oh man, John T was just talking about that game. Let's see, what was it again? Burnout. We need those type of games that is just getting in, have a good time, play it with some friends, and then you're done. You know, like for a little bit until you just want. And those type of games you could play forever. You know, like that. I don't know, man. But I agree. You know, what I'm saying like racing has evolved because Forza has changed the game. You know what I'm saying, a lot. But if we still had what Rockstar gave us with Midnight Club, oh my God. Like what just think what a midnight club would be like today. It would be exactly like the racer you're talking about with that type of genre of people that would come through. It's crazy. Um uh EA is making a Command and Conquer for mobile. Is that the one that you're talking about? No, I was just reading about it. Like I said, it was last week or it was the week before. I can't remember where I got. It was in one of those it was in Reddit, and then I seen it also when I bought the Command and Conquer on Steam. They had the whole like collection for like $18. And so I went ahead and I bought it, and then there was people in the chat that was bringing that up, saying I can't wait for the new Command and Conquer. So if it was the mobile game, then my apologies. But from my understanding, it was supposed to be a new one. So I'll look more into it, and then I'll see. I'll let you know. Just because I brought it up. Let's see. Sir X Man in the chat, man. Y'all guys is my man. Supporting like a motherfucker. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Battlefield 4 is still the greatest Battlefield. It is. Next to the great Hardline. Anyway, I love Hardline. Hardline's always going to be one of my favorite Battlefields.
Hardline was nuts.
Hardline, man. Oh, I love Hardline. God, I love Hardline. You're going to make me boot that up and play that. I love Hardline like that. But Battlefield 4 is, yes. It's in my top 5 of best shooters of all time. Battlefield 4 was, that's what made Battlefield 2042 so disappointing. Like, I was like, this is going to be Battlefield 4 on crack, because it's going to be nothing but online, and this is where EA should get criticized. They just screwed the pooch. Oh my goodness, Drawing T, appreciate it, brother, man, thank you. He said, we need to chat soon, guys. Fun fact, Need for Speed, Most Wanted, Carbon were supposed to be DLCs for Underground 2. Those are 3 signs with all city names. Do that for real with online and customization from all the. Now, see, that's kind of like what you was talking about, Ham. Where, okay, so make an Underground game, but kind of like for what Carbon and the other Need for Speed was supposed to be. They were supposed to be DLCs. We'll make an Underground, but make it to like what you're talking about, a huge world, to where it's not just only predicated to one city, but it goes to multiple cities, to where it's a live action game. And then you have all this variance of different customizations, different drivers that you could create, all of that. Like, yeah, that would be fantastic, but you still have that Underground vibe to it. Yeah, no, that would work.
Hell yeah, I'd love to be able to go to like Inglewood and have a race, and then just have it be all thugged out and whatnot, and then I turn around and go to Beverly Hills.
Yes.
And we doing races, and I'm going versus fucking Raris and shit like that.
Bro.
Like that would be hot, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm going versus a bunch of preppy kids and stuff like, yo, that'd be hot.
Yeah, and then like, you
go out to the country, and I'm going versus people in Mach 1 Mustangs. And,
yes.
And mullets and shit like that. That would be hot.
That would be impressive. That's exactly what you was talking about. Like right there. That was really dope, John T. That's exactly what Ham was envisioning. And then you just kind of brought that out. But yeah, like that's what EA needs to do. That's exactly what EA needs to do. You make it a live service game and you implement that, because what that also gives you that Midnight Club vibe as well. Like, man, it could be done. It could be done fantastic, right, man? Oh my God, that would be hot. I would be all over that. I would buy the Shut Up edition immediately. Drawing T again, man. Thank you, brother. He said, Test Drive Unlimited 2 was a good example of a car game. It was. It is. I got that game.
I used to love the test drive games for like old school, for the PlayStation 2, and the OG Xbox.
That new one is supposed to be coming out this year.
Right.
Yeah. Did you play the demo?
No.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. But it wasn't a demo. It was alpha. And
I'm scared that they've been out of the game so long that coming back in is going to be kind of a hard thing for them to kind of understand how people move.
Yeah, and that's kind of like how I was feeling when I was playing it. Like it looked good, but then like it didn't have damage. Like people were kind of racing really erratic because it was only online only, and it kind of rewarded people to kind of ram you off the road. And I'm like, yo, come on, man. Come on, you got to put a little realism in it. It can still be arcadey, but it's still, if I hit somebody, I need to see some damage. And if that person hits me, or if they swerve off and hit a wall, then they don't just pop off the wall and then get right back into the race and still maintain the same type of speed. You gotta pull that back. Now that was last year. That was in the beginning of last year, or was that the summer before? No, I
I think
it
that was
might have
last
been.
year. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the last summer when I was playing it. So, yeah. So I mean, yeah, and it's supposed to be slated to come out this year. So hopefully, that they dialed up all that stuff, because I gave my criticism on it, on what I didn't like and what I did like. So, so I think you might be right though. But let me go ahead, because Crispy's been saying stuff this whole time, and I ain't even had this brother said anything. Where are you at? Oh, that wasn't it. Oh, I can't get to it. That's the problem. Anyway, but Crispy said Underground 2 is trash. I played it. What? Did you
Wow.
really? Oh my goodness. All right. Last topic, and then we're getting out of here. The state of Xbox, the morale. I personally, I don't fall for the doom and gloom. I've always made this point in saying, like, it seems like every 6 to 8 months there's always some kind of bullshit from some kind of creator or somebody that's supposed to be
Oh,
leaking
what's it?
stuff.
What's it now? I haven't been
Okay,
privy
so
to what's been going on.
all right, well, it was what I was bringing up, and then I know I was just reading all the super chats, and so there's a game that's coming out um, from a developer. The developer brought up the information of saying that at this time we're only going to focus on Xbox. I mean, I'm sorry, we're only going to focus on PlayStation and PC, and we'll announce when we'll work on the Xbox at some other point. Now, when they first uh, gave out their message, they kind of indicated to, like, they were going to skip Xbox. Well, after Xbox people was bitching about it, and then PlayStation people were clowning, they came back with another with another tweet, and basically saying, we will bring an Xbox version, but right now we just want to put all our focus on the PlayStation and PC version, and we'll announce when we're dropping on Xbox. Now, the game itself, I showed the game. The game, it's an indie title. It's like a rogue-like type of game. I mean, Souls-like type of game. It looks pretty good. It would be something I would play, but it doesn't warrant that type of shit. But it just comes to show that any and everything, there's just certain people that just feels that Xbox isn't doing enough. As a matter of fact, like in the same DMs that I go into sometimes, not all of them, but some, uh they're still saying that Xbox isn't doing enough. I don't know, man. My gaming slate is so full. My gaming plate is so full. And what was talked about so much in 2022 is an afterthought, because that's what people was like, Xbox needs to bring the games. Xbox has the games and people still ain't satisfied. Him, what is going on with this new morale thing going on with these people? I mean, do you agree with some of them, or do you think that this is just, they just will never be satisfied with Xbox?
Personally, I mean, I kind of don't care because, as you said, like I have more things to play than I can really kind of even handle right now. Um, and that's not just for Xbox. That's like for all sorts of different consoles. That's for my PlayStation, or more or less for my Xbox and PC. But my PlayStation, I have a few games I still need to catch up on there as well. With, I mean, if you haven't checked the resume at all lately, Xbox has a lot coming, and I wouldn't be too worried as a fan if, one game or another isn't coming to the console, but all these other ones are. In my opinion, maybe they see something that we don't see in particular. And I mean, I'm just trying to be even killed about it, I guess. Because like Xbox has a pretty busy schedule in the next year or two, and right? So like if you maybe look at PlayStation, like Xbox can drop a game on PlayStation and they're selling games over there, right? But I'm not sure if the same thing would happen the other way, because in this particular situation, Xbox has a lot. of stuff that you can purchase. So would that game even be something that is being ran out to look for or to rush out to be purchased right now? Maybe they don't. Maybe they see something like a like because I feel like people forget about this. Maybe they see, oh wait, yo, this game is launching around the same time as a Hellblade or Indiana Jones. Ain't nobody on the Xbox gonna buy this right now.
Right.
Like
Right.
so like people just think it's just all negativity as to why maybe a developer doesn't have time or doesn't want to work on something. Maybe sometime it's just too crowded for that area as well. Because I mean, look at the way Game Pass and stuff like that has people maybe moving right now. People are getting Game Pass a lot more. People are buying games as well, but like the games that they are buying, especially maybe on Xbox, are probably your more popular titles and stuff like that. And seeing that they have kind of a wave of popular titles coming out here soon,
Yeah.
maybe as a smaller developer, you're not really dying to go make sure that you're hurrying up to put something on something that's not going to be flying out the doors right away because it to me it's like think of Immortals of Avium last year
Yeah.
and how that launched. Is that a bad game?
No.
Not at
No.
all. Did it launch at a bad time? I think everybody can agree.
Oh, absolutely it did. Yeah.
I think everybody can agree. So
That's what got it
I
cooked.
feel
Yeah.
like a lot of people are just like they want to say something slick to say something slick without really understanding, hey, what is the situation here? What's coming out around that same time that this game is possibly coming out? Do we have a release date for this game even? What type of game is it? How popular is this game? Are you even going to play it or are you just complaining because it's not coming to Xbox? So it's just like there's a lot of things to come into question with something like this and I'm not really gonna, do the dance with people that want to doom and gloom with
I'm gonna
something as I mean, I'm not trying to say the game is small, but this in the situation of importance for a console to stay alive or not, this isn't that important.
yeah, no, yeah, but that's where these people are taking this. And this is I'm gonna go ahead and show this gameplay. Because I don't want people to get because the what's call it lapped again the Horizon Forbidden West, and I don't want to get people to get tired as people was claiming anyway. Play Forbidden West, a great game. But anyway, this is the game right here that is not going to be coming to Xbox anytime soon. It will be going to PC and PlayStation first.
Okay.
Again, it's a game. Like it looks like a game that I would play. Like I said, but is it a day
It
one?
looks like
Is
a
it
Souls
something?
game.
Yeah, and is it a game that I would play? Is it something that I'm going to be on day one? No, and that's the thing. Like,
It could be flat out as well that the developer, hey, they favor that console more. I
right,
mean, like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And they also said that, hey, it's not that we're not doing it at all. It's just not main priority. So let people let people do what they want to do. Like, yo, like we just got the news, what was it, a couple days ago or something like that, that, you know, Toys for Bob is gonna be working with Xbox and stuff like that.
that just came just a couple of days ago. Like
Like,
everybody was saying that because if we're going to find out that the game is most likely
where's the
going to be
gloom on
Spyro,
that? Like, who cares?
well, no, well, people went crazy about it, saying that well, Xbox let them go, and they're out for the streets, and the game's going to be most likely exclusive. The next game that they're going to be working on is going to be exclusive for PlayStation. I mean, for Xbox. From what we were talking about on GRG. So because I didn't know it until Viper and then was telling me about it. So again, and instead of those Xbox people that were out there demanding with the torches and pitchforks, saying that Xbox needs to do better, not one soul came out and says, you know what, this is a great move for Xbox, except for the people who don't give a shit like that. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know. And then like on the flip side, you look at it from people were getting all upset because Monster Hunter Stories, and then there was another smaller Japanese title wasn't coming to Xbox. It was just coming to PlayStation. I mean, hell, the game is not even made for PlayStation 5. It was made for PlayStation 4 and Switch. And they were bitching about those games. But then on the flip side, while they're complaining that Xbox is not doing enough, Xbox just announced that they were bringing SMT for the very first time, and the Manta game over to Xbox that's never been on Xbox. But then again, those same people that are saying Xbox is not doing enough aren't looking at the bigger titles that are coming over and titles that's never been on Xbox. Like, can't I mean, I don't know, man. It just blows my mind. Like, I'm looking at this. Xbox is having, this is the best time for Xbox when it comes to games, the hardware, everything. And you know what I'm saying? And people are just not satisfied. Like, I don't know what they want. I don't know what they want, Ham.
I mean, I can't even like, I don't know, rationalize it
I can't.
anymore. Like, I don't really even care.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, like, as you see, like, I had to ask you, hey, what's going on and stuff
Right.
this week,
Right.
and you're like, oh, there's this drama, and I'm just like, I'm not like any more interested.
Yeah.
After you said there was drama, I'm not like,
Yeah.
oh, really? I got like. I mean, sure, if it's kind of juicy and it has, and if it's like newsworthy, that's cool. But if it's like people in their feelings about the survival of a multi-billion-dollar company, like, I'm
Yeah.
just not here for it. Like, I'm
I
not
agree.
really, I can't really take it serious because it's just like, you're not here. In my opinion, when I hear all that, I'm just like, you don't really care about playing video games. You just want to wear a cheerleader jersey and a skirt, and throw your pom poms around and say go team. Like, I don't care about that. I want to make sure I got my access and I'm able to play my damn games. And what's coming out? Oh, you got some stuff coming out? That sounds great. Let me know when it drops.
Yeah. That's it. No, I feel you. I
And,
feel you. I just
that's not coming out over here, but it's coming out over there. Oh, okay, that's fine. That gives me a reason to continue to buy them. That's great. Oh, you're gonna have something that somebody else doesn't have. Welcome to reality. It's been like this forever. Like, why are we like freaking out now? Especially like, if you weren't freaking out, and I said this before, if you weren't freaking out back in 2017, I don't want to hear you. Right? I don't have time.
facts. The Xbox is this Xbox is not 2017 Xbox, and that's the thing where I always look back to is like Xbox is so far away from that. Like it's night and day. Like Xbox is more leaning towards the 360 era with all this gaming content that you know what I'm saying that we were begging for, and people are still not like. I don't know. Like, okay, yes, the marketing is still not where it needs to be. I get that, right? I don't know what Xbox, why they do what they do with the marketing the way that they are. That's something to talk about still, right? But but when in regards to the hardware, to regards to this, for other things, and then what's really crazy, there's a fighting game that's going to be coming out. A fighting game called Corrupt. I've been watching it, been following that developer for the last 3 years. And that game was only slated to be coming to PC. Then all of a sudden, back in 2021, they showed that it was going to be an Xbox game. Well, in this Saturday, I posted. It was Saturday. I posted. The developer from Corrupt said, we are working on this game. This game is slated to come out this year. It will be coming out on Xbox and PC, and we will work on a PlayStation version later. Where was those Xbox gamers there? Where were those people with the pitchforks? I didn't see any PlayStation people come out and say PlayStation is not doing good enough. When we see the offerings PlayStation gamers is getting, where was those Xbox people that were out here talking about this particular game that we're looking at, knowing that if this game was on Game Pass, you know that these people would be calling this game Game Pass fodder?
Hey, K-Meg, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
And this is going to roll into another topic. I got to ask you,
Oh,
are you okay with the terms and conditions to what I'm about to say?
yeah, go ahead. Yes, I'm okay with it.
Okay. What's up with your title saying Hi-Fi Rush low sales on PlayStation? Can you please break that down for me because I need to understand like why Game Pass is still bad.
I, bro, I know
like
I
I
was gonna,
like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
I even
go.
talked to a couple developers, or actually not a couple, literally just one developer that was very against subscription services,
Mhm.
and and his reasoning behind it, I didn't think was invalid at all. I mean, it's like I said, it's we described this as specifically when we were talking about Vincent Vega as well earlier. Like I don't gotta agree with you. That's fine. Like whatever. I didn't agree with what he said, but I didn't think his points were insane.
Right,
Like I just was like, I see what you're saying, but I don't feel the same way.
right,
I see what you're saying, but I ain't feeling that.
yeah, right,
But but yeah, it's just like when I see that something doesn't have that good of sales numbers, I'm like, yo, good as on the subscription service. Like,
that's
like,
right.
like, 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 like that's the first thing I think. And like I asked the developer for this game, Big Boy Boxing, which this dude was dope. His name is Ivan, really dope dude. You'll definitely be seeing me doing the interview with him in the near future when I
Nice.
post some of my content that I got from PAX. But I was asking him about being in Game Pass, and he was just looked at me like, "Fuck yeah!" He's like, "Let him know, let Microsoft know." He's like,
Okay, yeah,
he's like, "Let him know." Now I'm trying to get in there and
a
get
little
that
extra
check.
change. Yeah,
Shit. So
yeah,
like trying to keep it moving and continue to make games. So I mean, different strokes for different folks, but like it's just interesting that like there are services like a Game Pass, a PlayStation Plus, a Ubisoft Plus, whatever subscription service that can help a lot of these developers not have to worry about if their game will be seen at all.
right,
If it's on a service, somebody's going to download it and play it, and then once word gets out if it's hot or not, it's out.
right, right.
I don't know how many people said, "Yo, I played Vampire Survivors on Game Pass and turned around and bought it." I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
people that buy that game like 3 or 4 times.
All the
I
time,
bought that game
all the time,
twice.
all the time. Yeah, see, I ain't played it yet because I'm afraid of because y'all talk. Everybody talks about how addicting it is, and I'm like, look, I got too many games already as it is.
It
I got to
is
start knocking
addicting,
some of
but the
these
nice
things
thing
out.
about it is it's like an in bed kind of game. So like if you have a handheld and you're playing it, it's really hard to put down
I
for
only got a
that reason.
stream deck. That's it. I only got a stream deck
Yeah, it's not a
and a
handheld,
switch
bro.
and a switch. That's
Stop
it.
saying stream deck because it's not even in the same
That's what it's
it's
called.
not
A
even in the
stream
same
deck.
vicinity.
It's called a stream deck. I'm
It
looking dead at
is.
it.
It's not a
Yeah.
Steam Deck, and we talking about handhelds,
Oh,
not things.
that's what I said. The only thing that I have is a stream deck. That's it.
I don't even know why you'd have to bring that up right now. We ain't talking about
To the topic at
things
hand.
that that help transfer programs and stuff like that on a PC.
I was
Like,
just
what are
happy
you
that I
doing?
finally took the time to go ahead and reprogram this bastard. But anyway, um, but at the top, okay, so the PlayStation community got the game and they didn't support it. Now I'm most likely if when this game comes over because I'm definitely thinking this game is going to come over to Nintendo, but just to the new console. I think it's going to rake over there. But my question to you and to the chat: what if it doesn't sell well on Nintendo? Should Xbox then go to the reevaluation of understanding, like, oh, maybe we should reconsider on some of the games that we might be thinking on dropping later on? Because if we're not getting the support, then we could just put that shit on Game Pass and get the support that we have been. Or you think Xbox will still try to force the issue?
That's the whole point of a test.
Right.
The whole point of a test is to see if something works, and if it don't work, then you ain't gonna keep doing it. Because that's the definition of insanity. so so yeah. I mean, obviously, what Phil said is, hey, this is a test,
Hmm.
and yo, if they ain't gonna keep pouring money into something that people ain't buying.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because they pay money
Doesn't
to do
matter
that.
how rich the company is, ain't nobody doing that. That's stupid. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if maybe they see that, yo, this ain't selling like that. Maybe that makes Microsoft get more ambitious and try to sell something that's a little bit more higher quality over there.
Oh,
I hope that. I'm not hoping to
don't you
see
do it.
that.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it,
But
Microsoft. Don't you dare put it.
maybe they do that just to test the waters a little further and say, is it that game, or is it that it's not a big enough profile IP or something like that. So I
What
mean,
what what do you think is
this
going to be the big game, that one big game that nobody wants to go over there to PlayStation or Nintendo that will go? What will be the first game
that could go.
that could go?
Um, Blade.
Oh, I'm thinking something more recent. I'm thinking Hellblade, and I don't want it to. I do not want Hellblade to go to PlayStation. I know that it's first started on
It could be,
PlayStation.
yeah, it could be. I mean, I could see Hellblade as well, but
I
like,
would be
I would,
pissed.
I would really not. I would be more on the side of, I think you're kind of fucking up your own business
Mhm.
doing that, but like, I'm also just a customer, so
Right?
like,
Yeah. Like, I'm just a
I'm
customer.
not finna be like, "Oh, I'm not buying an Xbox ever again." No,
Right.
man,
I'm the same.
y'all still got hundreds of my games. Like y'all ain't going nowhere.
So I ain't going nowhere. So I'm gonna be pissed, but I'll be all complaining
Sit in that
about it.
fucking corner and shut up. Like that's what I'm more like. I ain't
uh,
jumping ship. I'm
I'll
more or
pout,
less like,
but
hey, I
I ain't
need to
going
keep my
nowhere.
eye on your ass. That's what I'm saying.
Right. 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 Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm nervous about Hellblade. I know. I mean, because I don't think that Hellblade is going to get the love that it deserves from the Xbox community. I'm nervous about that because
um,
I don't see the buzz. Like I don't see the buzz like it needs to. And that game, and this is the thing that we were talking about last night, is that that they asked me, well, what if Hellblade is goes over to Hellblade 2 does go to PlayStation and it gets a higher rating? I said, well, then what the problem will be is that because what the discussion was that, well, the studios cares about those accolades of having, being nominated and things like that. I said, but this is the problem with Xbox. If they do send Hellblade 2 over there and it gets a higher rating, just like a High Five Rush did, when it's announced at the VGAs, how will people look at it? Will they look at it as an Xbox game, or will they look at it as a PlayStation game because it got the rating on PlayStation? And then Xbox is back in catch
there's a
22.
reason to me that doesn't matter.
Maybe not to us, but to the studios, it might.
No. I'm saying
Oh, okay.
there's a like I'm trying to tell you there's a reason why that's a good thing
Oh,
for
okay.
Xbox, although us as fans may see that as a bad thing.
Okay.
Sure, we don't like seeing. God damn, how many times are we gonna see the same Halo clip?
Oh, damn, my bad. Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah, man.
okay. Yeah, no, just a cut. Yeah. I was lighting their
I
ass
say
up. I
this
was like,
man too proud of this joint
oh,
right here.
my bad. Let me put some more games
But
up in here. Oh shit.
what is it? But there could be a like kind of a snaky kind of reason why this could be good for Xbox and its fans more than they could really understand. And what I mean by that is like you're now using enemy territory to market your own shit. What happens a few years down the line after they done got done seeing Xbox Studio? Xbox Studio, Xbox Studio in their own streets. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I got you.
Then I mean, if think of it as like, mob mentality or like a drug dealer or something like that, right? Think of it like this. If usually you're on the PlayStation block and you only see PlayStation dudes on the PlayStation block and that's where you get your product from, then it's like, okay, I'm rocking with this. That makes sense. But then you start to see green folks on the block and they pushing a lot of work that is really interesting. But they got their own cadence that they run at. And they surely have great stuff. It starts to get to a point where you don't really want to miss out on that. Because the people in blue aren't supplying the product as quickly as the other side is. They're not turning it over and resupplying it as quickly as the other side is. So eventually, maybe you get tired of waiting.
Yeah.
You've seen Xbox Studios for 3 years on your PlayStation.
Mhm.
Maybe you get tired of being like, I'm gonna wait an extra year. And you
Right.
just say, screw it.
Yeah.
I'm getting this joint on PC, or I'm getting this joint on the
Oh, that's what
handheld,
I'm
or
doing
I'm
now.
just
Yeah,
getting the
that's what I'm doing
console.
now with PlayStation games.
And you're just like, yo, I'm here day one. And I'm starting to build my library here. And I'm on possibly a platform that could be Windows, 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 Windows. So I'm very familiar with everything. So I'm just saying, like, I mean, just talk to me about it. Wouldn't it be a little something if every time you went to Burger King, you got McDonald's fries?
It would be something. It would be very something. I don't know, and I don't know if I could enjoy a Burger King burger eating McDonald's fries as much because I love McDonald's fries. That's some of the best fries that you can eat. But that's good with a McDonald's burger.
But then wouldn't that a while you just be like, fuck it, I'm going to McDonald's. They got the fries
Well, yeah, that's
and they got the
what I'm saying.
burger and shit.
Right. Like I'm just like, man, this will remind
And
me
they got
of
the app.
McDonald's. Yeah,
They got everything.
Yeah, they would remind me of McDonald's.
You,
And I
you,
would
you,
go to
you know what I'm
McDonald's.
saying?
Yeah,
Like, so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
as much as we hate that, yo, we're playing ball in somebody else's neighborhood, in a business aspect, it is the most disrespectful marketing that you could possibly do. My opinion. I know a lot of people probably don't like it, nor do a lot of people agree with me.
All right.
And I'm here to say, fuck y'all, I don't care. This is my opinion. And you could, dispute it all you want, but my thoughts are mine
Right.
and they're my own.
Right. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. No, listen. I don't know. I know the Trojan horse fit the strategy, and it's a brilliant one, right? Like I know a lot of people aren't seeing it, but I know also that there will be that one particular game that's going to get me to be like, God damn it, Microsoft, why? And it'll be either Hellblade, it'll be either Killer Instinct, it'll probably be. I really do doubt it'll be Starfield. Starfield did fantastic without PlayStation or anything. It did great. It would make no damn sense to have Starfield go to PlayStation or Nintendo or anywhere else. It did well by just being an Xbox, PlayStation, and should be in the cornerstone of the Halo, Gears, and Forza.
I'm telling you, that might be something that they're looking to use to get people just say,
I
why
know
get your next PlayStation
when you
when
can
you're
get
going to have to wait 2+ years to play the next Elder Scrolls on your PlayStation? Why don't you just get the Xbox right now?
right.
And
No, I
just
feel it.
not deal with the shit.
I
Like,
feel it.
like they're not thinking like Xbox customers. They're thinking as fucking distributors of a product.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. And that's and again, I get that. I'm not tripping about that. Like, but my main stance has always been if Xbox even gave up the farm and gave up 70% of all their games that they had to other platforms, that having 30% is a lot of a lot of games, to still have people to wet the palate, to say, look, these are these exclusives. You can't, because you can't tell us that you're going to play the hybrid role, but then put everything out there. And I know that they're not, because I don't ever see a Halo, Gears, or Forza ever coming to PlayStation. I just don't, unless they own PlayStation. But it's some of these titles that I feel that should get another opportunity. Even, what I'm saying, even though I know Hellblade was on PlayStation before, and that's why I feel Hellblade probably will be one of those games to come over on PlayStation. But I feel that, give it a chance, give it a little bit more, hold on to it for 2 or 3 years, and then put it on PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how it will do in its first year or two under just being an exclusive. And then if the numbers don't add up, then okay, well, okay, send
And
that shit
here's
out.
why that's disrespectful, K Mega. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you keep slow dripping things on PlayStation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then then they test the waters and they're like, oh, we don't need them anymore. Pull out. like, yo, that's a problem.
I got you. I got you.
Then PlayStation's immediately losing customers.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, like, I don't think people understand how diabolical this plan could be.
Oh no, I get it. I get it. I get it. But in its
People are
face,
laughing
it
at
doesn't look
Xbox.
at it.
I don't think this shit funny.
No, it ain't funny. It's not. It's not funny. That's what I'm saying. It's the Trojan horse. It's just that sometimes I catch. It's the certain games that I don't want to see go that puts me in that same perspective of what people saying. Like, I just want Xbox to do, and I feel that. I feel it. Not shady side. I forget the word that I always usually say. That side of me, the messy side of me that's like, no, Xbox, don't do that bullshit. But no, you're right. The diabolical, the knowing the business sense of what Microsoft is really trying to do. Oh my God, I'm here for it. The slanderous side of me. Like, it's just, I get it. You're going to win this game, and everybody thinks that you're losing. Yeah, no, it's crazy. You're right. You're right. But I just don't want to see Hellblade or Killer Instinct
I mean, none of
on
us do,
PlayStation.
right?
I just don't want to see them. I
None,
just don't want to see it,
none,
man.
none of us
I just
that are
don't.
Xbox fans want to see a first party title go somewhere else.
Right.
But
I just
if
don't want to see that.
Microsoft sees a way to infiltrate your base
Ugh.
and they're like, hey, I mean, I was just playing this game called I believe it was called CBO,
Mhm.
TD. It's a tower defense game. If if you can find a way to infiltrate in any way, by all means necessary,
Do
you
it.
will do it. And not only will you do it, you'll make it look like it was an accident.
Yeah.
You'll make it look like, oh, my bad.
My bad,
I didn't
bro. You
I
okay?
didn't know I was doing that to you, but
Yes.
got a problem. Get your
Yeah.
lawyer.
Yeah. Get your lawyer. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Anyway, all right, man. Great show. Let me read this last super chat from John T. He said, K Mega, we should play Command and Conquer sometime on PC. They have third-party servers available. Okay. Yeah. No, yeah. We'll have to get some. We got to get some of that on there. Um, yeah. I need to download them because I bought them, but I didn't download them because I'm running out of space. My wife for Christmas uh uh uh, was going to buy me a really big M.2, like a 4 terabyte M.2, but the situation, I wasn't home because I was with my mom, so she's going to take me out to Micro Center in Dallas to go get one. So I don't have. That's what I'm saying. I'm running with space because all these games, man, these games are so damn big, man. Like Horizon was what, 92 gigs. I'm like, good grief, good God. Like Star Wars is like 161 gigs. I'm like, good God
I
Almighty.
know.
So, but anyway, but that's
2K basketball games are mad disrespectful.
they're mad and the Call of Duties are disrespectful. So, but yeah,
But at least
anyway.
in Call of Duty, you can kind of pick what you want to download and kind of delete the rest.
Not on D. Not
As
on.
for
Not
like,
on. Oh well, I want
I
all
almost
those
said vampire.
collections.
As for Jedi Survivor, nah, you getting all this work.
No, yeah, he said you get all. Oh man. Oh my God. All right. Let me get this. Oh man, that was drawing T again, boy. Oh my goodness. Let me put this in here, man. Ninja Squirrel 30 he says caught you on Web Dave's last night. You had some good takes. K Mega subbed up. Respect, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. I usually be saying some wild shit. There are people that'll roll their eyes at me. And then when I am right on some of those things, I never get any type of credit. One day, one day, one day I will. But if I'm wrong about something, trust and believe they are on my ass like white on rice. But anyway, do appreciate it, man.
Served.
Thank you. Yeah. Get cooked. They love to cook me. Oh my God. Minchie dies a lot. She says Killer Instinct I can see on PlayStation. Don't you do that, Minchie. Don't you do that. I mean, boy, Yobi, he's like, I'm buying Hellblade 2. Man, I've been trying to buy Hellblade 2. It's not available for sale yet. I don't know why, but it's not available for sale. I was trying to go ahead and cop it, but I went ahead and got Sandland instead. So,
Yeah, it comes out what the end of next month, right?
what, Hellblade?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, Hellblade comes out May 21st.
Oh, May?
Yeah, May. Yeah, it comes out in May.
I thought it was April. No, I think I'm thinking
No,
of maybe
Sandland.
Stellar Blade.
So yeah, Stellar Blade comes out. Stellar Blade and Sandland comes out on my mom's birthday on the 26th of April. So, that's why I was like, okay, I'm copying Sandland because I'm not buying Stellar Blade on.
You should wait one day
Mhm.
after your mom's birthday to get Stellar Yams.
I should.
Just out of respect.
Well, that's why I
You know
got
she do.
That's why I got Sandland.
You know she don't want you playing nothing like that.
No, see, well, but what the hell are you watching? I can see her right. I can hear her right now. What the hell is nasty shit that you playing right here, man? You nasty bastard, man. I should tell your wife anyway. Look at that nasty thing running around, sluts. Shout out to my mom, man. Missed the hell out of here. But anyway, thank you, Ninja Squirrel. Drawing TJ, man, he says if Gears does like the old ones on he said if Gears goes like the old ones on PlayStation, I'll change. He said I'll change. I'm pretty sure he'll sell chain into a pony. He'll turn into a pony. Nah, Gears is not coming. What up with you, Sensei? Thanks for stopping through and watching me play Tekken last night, man. I was getting cooked there for a minute, but then I started picking it up. And then I think my king, which king is not my main, but my king passed your level. I think I left as a vanquisher there, and it was disgusting. An Xbox guy quit on me. It was right before that. It was a PlayStation dude, which them filthy vagabonds, they'll quit all the time. But seeing an Xbox brother play me and then do not want to go to third round because I took the match away from him and then I went to become a vanquisher, it disappointed me. So that was trash. But thanks for coming through and checking out Fight Night. I did Fight Night finally. It was fun. Sir X-Man came in there with us. We played DOA 6 at first, and then I got in and played some Tekken, so it was really cool. Ham Solo, I can't wait for you to come in there and tell me and show me these skills you got from these other gentlemen. I'll be looking forward for you to come on and Fight Night sometime on a Sunday night and show me what you got, sucker. So, you ain't got nothing else to say about that? Good. Okay. All right.
No.
Okay. Good. You know what I'm saying? That was smart. That was smart.
I'll beat your ass.
Oh, that's what I want to hear. All right, guys, man. Thank you so much. Ham Solo, where can they find you at, man?
All right, so I put it in the chat just now. I put next week's show will be here. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. I have the link to TSWS Gaming there, so you can, if you aren't following or checking me out or K-Meg out over there on TSWS Gaming, we do the show back and forth each week. That's why it's called the CrossOver Podcast. So make sure you hit that link, hit the subscribe button. We'll be there on Monday, same time that we're here. So 1:30 in the Lord's time, 2:30 Eastern.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
But yeah, I mean, that's where I do all of my shows at. Tomorrow's show will be with Loke at 4 o'clock Eastern, is that right? No, 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock in the Lord's time here, Central. Me and Loke are gonna be talking about all kinds of shit. I'm gonna
Sweet
be giving
baby.
them some.
You're gonna be
So
talking about some more sweet baby.
we better not be. If Loke wants to talk about anything political at all, I'm gonna put a stop to it real fast. I'm trying to enjoy this 1 week. I don't want no BS, no sweet baby this or this political agenda that. Loke loves going down
I love it. I love
those
that.
avenues.
It's good.
I don't, man. I don't think anybody else really cares
I
about
love
that
it.
kind of
I
shit.
love
I
it.
know
I
you
love
love
it.
it too,
I
K
love the
Megan, but
political
like you
stuff.
love doing it and getting drunk and not making any goddamn sense.
I
So
know
like,
I was
so
ripping
I
my
don't know,
ass off.
man. I don't know,
Man.
dog.
Yeah,
But yeah,
dog.
that's where y'all can check us out, TSWS Gaming on YouTube. I'll be doing a whole bunch of stuff here in the near future, especially with some of the stuff that went down with PAX. I got Behind Them Sticks coming back this week. Shout out to Link, which will be the guest this coming week. Got some people that I talked to at PAX that are developers that are willing to get on the show and whatnot. So I'm pretty excited for the future of that. But if you want to holler at me on Twitter at HamSolo05Gaming over there, K Mega, I'm done.
Okay, excellent. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. And now I know it. And now what you was trying to say, Dronte. He says if Gears goes like the old ones on PlayStation, I'm gonna chainsaw some ponies. I got you. All right. You said you was gonna cut their ass up. You cut them to the white meat. That's what you said you was gonna do, my man.
To the white meat, right?
To the whitest of meat. I got you.
The Bernie Mac right there.
Yes.
Bust his head to the white meat show.
Yes. He said, while I'll play Stellar Blade exclusively on PlayStation 5, I will play Nier Automata on PC. Let's go. Richie said Loke. He said Loke doesn't want to talk about Sweet Baby. He wants to talk about his. He wants to talk about the QTEO. So that's what Loke is like. So he likes the chick of see she wow. I will give her that. Like I get what Sweet Baby does, but you know what I'm saying? But she's out of pocket on some of that stuff, man.
She's nuts.
Yeah, she's out of pocket on that.
I'm
like,
all set. I don't want to talk about any of that.
I'm all for inclusion.
Set.
I want to see my brother Locke and Locke and Timo Cyrus come back and gaming be all that. But man, you can't do the reverse racism shit. You can't do it.
Right.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
You can't ask for everybody to stop doing what you're perpetuating.
You can't. I'm gonna show my oppressors by oppressing them. You can't do it. You can't do it, bro. You can't do it.
I'm asking you to stop being violent while holding you up with a knife.
Right. I don't know. But anyway, everybody have a good one. Yes. There will be no GRG this Friday. I got a
oh, wow.
Yeah, my homeboy has a he's gonna have
I knew it.
What you mean? What you mean?
Told you once K Mega once he done, he just stopped.
I'm starting to get back to do it. I did a podcast with Web Dave. I did Fight Night right after, and then I'm
all right, man. You gotta explain yourself.
And then I'm gonna have a special on. That's what I was telling people. We're gonna have a special Thursday around a Thursday afternoon, and we're gonna introduce because Sir X-Man said it was gonna be his last episode. So
man, you say that all the time.
I know he'll bring his old ass back, but we have a potential replacement for him. And so we will introduce him on Thursday night or Thursday afternoon and, go from there. We'll just have a discussion of a couple of things, let people get to know him. You know him, Ham.
Is his name very similar to Naruto characters?
No. Yeah, Husky's down. Husky's on the team, right? But no, there's a new guy. It's a new guy.
Oh, okay.
His name is Darth.
Right. I mean, you're being secretive, so I'll just let it.
Yeah, his name is Darth. You know him.
Dark Optimus?
No, not Dark Optimus. Dark Optimus came on last week too. But no, Darth.
Darth. Oh, Darth Praxis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. So like he said, so we'll see. We'll see how that works. I said, man, it's different over here. He's like, no, I'm cool. So I was like, all right, we'll see. So, but Thursday we'll have a little special, you know what I'm saying, introducing him and everything like that. So he said he's down for it. So I'm down for it as well.
He's
So
cool.
yeah, he's cool people. So anyway, that's what's going on. And yes, I will do a random fight night during the week. So Yobi, if you got time, come and holler at your boy. Let's get some fighters going and all that stuff. And Ham, I know you run like a chicken, so whatever. And me and Don
And you don't
Saturday.
never call me out for nothing. So
Oh my God,
I mean, you
whatever.
can't run if you ain't even
Whatever.
bothered.
And me and my brother the Don Saturday, we will do it. We will do the damn thing. We will be streaming probably Wildlands because he wants me to beat that game, and so we will do it and probably play some Halo afterwards. I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. I'm out of the shell. I gotta be out
Mega
of the
don't want
shell.
that work, man. That's why he don't never hit me up being like, "Yo, we doing fight
Oh,
nights."
okay.
I mean, I get it. I
I,
get it. You know, you
okay.
don't want to get
I'll just do.
you don't want to get busted upside the head by
Wednesday
a
night.
novice. So
Wednesday night. Wednesday night. What you want? I mean, Wednesday night.
I mean, you just hit me up when you gonna do
Okay,
it, man.
Wednesday
Just hit
night.
me up.
Yobi,
I
come on
mean,
through.
you can tell me
Sensei, come on
Wednesday
through.
and
Let's play
then
some.
say,
Let's play some Tekken
and then he
or
gonna be
some
like,
Street
I
Fighter,
met
whatever.
Wednesday in May.
Oh shit! All right, man. We get the hell out of here. Everybody have a good one. You know what I'm saying? We went long today. We won't. I always say we won't go long, but if we had a good time, we had a good time. Ham didn't complain about it, so we good. All right, guys. Have a good one. Let me hit this button. Hold on. Let me hit this button. All right, we are here. Ooh, hit it right now.